Good morning, Vooka Breakfast Show. Good morning, Vooka Breakfast Show team. Now, hope you guys are doing okay, man. Welcome to another Thursday morning. As you know, I go by the name of Afri, also known as Miss Berry Blaze, and we're going to start you off first with Picture of the Day. Now, Picture of the Day covers Duma Zulu Cultural Village. Now, this is very exciting. So, Duma Zulu Cultural Village is located in Hlwahlwe, which is in KZN, offers an immense journey into KwaZulu-Natal, the Zulu traditions, crafts, and hospitalities. Nestled in the heart of Zululand, Duma Zulu Cultural Village is South Africa's largest cultural village, designed to showcase the vibrant heritage of the Zulu people. Visitors can witness artisans crafting spears, shields, baskets, and clay pots, while rhythmic drum beats and traditional dances being the spirit of the warrior nation to life. The village also offers tastings of locally brewed Zulu beer and demonstrations of ancestral rituals like bone throwing. Its lodge features 31 ethnic huts arranged around a central kraal, each reflecting the architectural styles of various South African tribes, including Zulu, Swazi, Xhosa, and Venda. With its rich beadwork, basketry, and storytelling, Duma Zulu is a living museum of Zulu culture and a powerful celebration of indigenous creativity. Now, I hope you guys are going to get yourself ready because the festival is coming, so you can also go to Duma Zulu Village, man, to experience the amazing infrastructure of South Africa. So right now, we're going to take a little short break and obviously take you on that little tour with Swellability Tours and then come back with the news and sports headlines.
Escape the ordinary and discover the extraordinary with Swellability Tours. Whether you're a group of friends or a family looking for a memorable getaway, Swellability Tours has you covered. Our all-inclusive tours take you to South Africa's most stunning destinations, from the scenic beauty of Mpumalanga to the vibrant life of Gauteng and the coastal charm of Durban.
And these are your news headlines. U.S. revokes Notaboloy's visa over Kirk assassination post. The U.S. revealed that Notaboloy's visa was revoked after he allegedly posted Charlie Kirk's assassination on a social media post. The State Department cited post celebrating the killings as grounds for action. Baloyi, previously investigated by South Africa's Human Rights Commission for hate speech, apologized for his remarks and pledged to promote respectful discourse. Now, in your second news headlines, UFS shuts campus as students protest new registration system. The Free State University suspended classes and ordered students off campus following violent protest in Bloemfontein and Qwaqwa. The unrest was triggered by a policy change ending provisional registration, which bars students with unpaid fees from enrolling. Students argue that this disproportionately affects the poor, while the university cites unsustainable debt nearing 1 billion. Now for your third news headline. Africa urges AI use to safeguard whistleblower identities. African jurists are calling for the agent AI adaptation to protect whistleblowers, citing its potential to create secure, anonymous reporting system. At the International Bar Association African Regional Forum conference in Johannesburg, experts highlighted AI's role in preventing tragedies like Babita's 2021 assassination. Edwin Doe emphasized Africa's unique position, noting its dominance in mobile money transactions as a foundation for leveraging AI in crime prevention and whistleblower safety. Now, heading over to your sports headlines for your first sports headline, R360 recruits will be banned from NRL for 10 years. R360, a new global rugby competition launching in October 2026, aims to attract top rugby union and league players with lucrative contracts and fewer matches. Co-founded by Mike Tyndall, it will feature men's and women's teams in major cities. Several NRL stars are reportedly considering joining. However, 8 rugby union nations, including Australia, have banned R360 players from international duty. R360 insists it wants collaboration and will release players for internationals. The league plans to seek World Rugby approval next year. Now, heading over to your second new sports headline, does cycling have a safety problem? The death of 18-year-old rider Ferrer intensified scrutiny on cycling safety. Her crash with no witnesses led the UCI to introduce GPS trackers to monitor riders' location. Riders and the CPA union say safety improvements are overdue, citing dangerous road conditions, poor racing planning, data privacy concerns, delayed tracker adoption. The USC Safer initiative aims to improve safety, but riders still face high risk. Call for better course design, minimum race budgets, and stronger oversight continue as governing bodies stress safety remains a top priority. Now, heading over to your third sports headline. Eric Chirley reacts to Nigeria making CAF World Cup playoff. Nigeria's Super Eagle advanced to the CAF playoffs after a crucial win in Oyo, with Victor Osman scoring a hot trick. Now, Coach Chile praised the team's resilience and unity, highlighting their quick adaptation to his new philosophy. Despite narrowly missing out on topping Group C, Chile believes the squad has built strong bones and is ready for the next challenge in Morocco. He emphasized the players' dedication to Nigeria and described them as champions, stressing the importance of team spirit and mental focus as they prepare to face Gabon, DRC, DR Congo, and Cameroon. Now, heading over for your fourth sports headline. European 2026 WC qualifiers. England crashed Latvia to qualify. Portugal held by Hungary. England became the first European team to qualify for the 2026 World Cup with a 5-win over Latvia. Portugal drew 2-2 with Hungary, delaying their qualification, while Spain dominated Bulgaria 4-0 to stay perfect in Group E. Now, Turkey, Ireland, and Moldova also picked up points. With final qualifiers in November, several groups remain undecided, and many teams may rely on playoffs to secure their spots. Now, let's head over to your weather update, and after that, we're going to come back to the topical table to obviously do a recap on your news and sports headlines.
How? Chomi, you still cooking with cha, salt and prayers. Yo. But don't stress, ungawari, because your time to shine in the kitchen is here. Amapele Pele Spices for Africa and the Vooka Breakfast Show have said, let's bless you with some spices that will slap harder than Umama's 7 colors. Vooka Flavor Fridays is here. We're serving flavor, vibes, and vibes with flavor. Flavor Fridays is the only plug you need to turn your kitchen into a 5-star chill spot. For 8 weeks, you stand a chance to win spice hampers that take your meals from meh to just by subscribing and tuning into your daily dose of positivity for an energetic start to the day. So Hypo, what are you waiting for? Don't miss out. Flavor is calling. Waza.
Smoketi Maimane.
Catch us every weekday morning, Monday to Friday between 7 and 10.
Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Always bringing you the best content possible.
Vooka Nati, wake up with us and kickstart your day on a great note.
This is your energetic start to the day.
Welcome back, Vooka Nation. I hope you guys are still feeling amazing and obviously doing fantastic, man. You know what? It's a beautiful day to be out there. The sun is shining. It is beautiful. And of course, it's hitting my melanin skin all right, man. So you know that there's a lot that's happening out in the world, and it's definitely going to be a very exciting year end, man. We have officially qualified for the FIFA World Cup. So good one to the boys in green and gold, man. So congratulations to Bafana for officially qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And it feels amazing to finally qualify. I saw a joke yesterday on Facebook where they said we can officially bring our 2010 mascot out of retirement because we are now officially back in the FIFA World Cup. Let's see, man. You never know. Maybe it's all dusted up and it needs to be washed. But I think it's also the perfect time to actually bring that mascot out, man. We just need to change the t-shirt from 2010 to 2026, and I hope that we're all going to enjoy that because there's still a lot that's going to happen, man. And then what do you guys think about this whole Nota Baloyi incident? That's something that we'll come back to, man. But for now, we're gonna go over to your traffic update. Now, the first one on your traffic update is that there's a crash on the N14 southbound before Brakfontein. Right lane has been closed and there is slow moving traffic. And then in your second traffic update, roadworks on the N17 eastbound at Rundball Road, left lane has also been closed. So please drive carefully. Now heading over to your third traffic update, there's a crash on the N1 southbound at Allendale Road. 2 lanes have been closed. So please drive carefully. If you do have any more traffic updates that you actually want to share with us, feel free to send your traffic updates to 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Now we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back and obviously deep dive into the news headlines.
How? Chomi, you still cooking with cha, salt, and prayers. But don't stress, ungawari, because your time to shine in the kitchen is here. Amapelepele Spices for Africa and the Vooka Breakfast Show have said, let's bless you with some spices that will slap harder than Umama's 7 colors. Vugage Flavor Fridays is here. We're serving flavor, vibes, and vibes with flavor. Flavor Fridays is the only plug you need to turn your kitchen into a 5-star chill spot. For 8 weeks, you stand a chance to win spice hampers that take your meals from meh to just by subscribing and tuning into your daily dose of positivity for an energetic start to the day. So Hypo, what are you waiting for? Don't miss out. Flavor is calling. Waza.
Man, so I don't understand what's happening. It's getting very serious out there. And Nota Baloyi is somebody that is not getting enough of all the trouble that he actually finds himself in. This guy has been in trouble with the South African Human Rights Commission. And I guess that it was just not enough for him to actually take a break on, because he just keeps on getting in trouble, man. And it's very fascinating how a person who's in so much trouble in their home country still manages to get themselves in hot water in a different country. How do you do that? Maybe just has of qualifications of getting himself in trouble. You never know, because the US has officially revoked his visa. Now that is very hectic. It's super hectic. Imagine getting your visa revoked. And everybody knows that, unfortunately, as much as the US is currently beefing with SA, amongst other countries, it's also one of the best countries in the world to actually establish yourself as a person and grow your name out there. And now he just went and had his own visa revoked because of a very, very insensitive comment that he made regarding Charlie Kirk's assassination. Like, who does that? I really don't understand. How can you even do something like that? That's something that a person shouldn't even be doing, man. Like, there's some things that need total sensitivity and does not need anybody to actually go full blast on. Now, when we head over to the full story, it reads that the United States government has announced that it is revoking the visa status of several foreign nationals who publicly supported or celebrated assassination of consecutive commentator Charlie Kirk. In a strongly worded statement, the Department of State shared posts of individuals they claim celebrated the right wing's activist assassination. The United States has no obligation to host foreigners who wish death on Americans. Now, the department has confirmed that one of those being investigated is South African music executive and media personality Nhlamulo Notabalui. And Abontlamula Bamameli vele anyway. In his post on X appeared on a list of visa holders allegedly found to have expressed approval of the killing, which Washington has described as heinous. In September, Baloy wrote, Netherlanders can't have their cake and eat it. This weekend they went openly anti-black. They went openly anti-black racist, and now they're hurt that the racist rally ended in an attempted murder. Charlie Kirk won't be remembered as a hero. He was used to artificially created public support for something generated by an orchestrated marketing or public relations campaign, a movement of white nationalist trailer trash. Oof. Now that's deep, man. And then it goes back to when the State Department actually responded and said, an Argentina national said, Kirk devoted his entire life spreading racist, xenophobic, misogynistic, and deserves to burn in hell. Now that is tough. And then this is what they wrote about Unotabaloy. A South African national mocked Americans grieving the loss of Kirk, saying they're hurt that the racist rally ended in an attempted murder and alleging he used to ostrov a movement of white nationalist trailer trash. Now this says a lot. It does. I think maybe it was too early because in a way there's a lot of heat that's going on with the whole Charlie Kirk story, man. One thing I've noticed is that it is too heated at this moment, and Nota, I think, should have just kept his mouth shut, man. We have like a lot of things that are happening right now in South Africa, and this is like one of the things I feel like he should have never actually commented on. Maybe if he raised the whole issue about Maumela and the 2 billion that he actually stole from South Africans, it would have made a lot of sense. But then he went and just attacked the USA. First of all, you're going against the whole country that controls a lot when it comes to the economy globally and is unfortunately targeting Africa. And that did not make the target that we currently have on our back, which is very uncalled for, any lesser. In fact, I think it made things worse because right now it's going to go back to the whole white genocide issue that Trump actually talked about and said that South Africa actually has a white genocide issue, man. Because with him saying this, it basically supports Donald Trump's statement of the fact that white people in South Africa are not being treated fairly. And there's a whole lot of white genocide that is also going on in South Africa. Not for now, please. Just sit down and have tea. Don't say anything. At this moment, I think you've already said enough. Now, heading over to your second news headline, it says that the UFS shuts campus as students protest new registration system. Now, Free State University has suspended classes and ordered students off campus following violent protests in Bloemfontein and Qwaqwa. The unrest was triggered by a policy change ending provisional registration, which bars students with unpaid fees from enrolling. Students urge this disproportionately affects the poor, while the university cites unsustainable debt nearing 1 billion. My question is, how do you guys even have debt nearing 1 billion? And how long has this been happening? Because as a university or as an institution, I believe that once you start accumulating debt of like 5,000, for me, it's a lot. That's like literally somebody's salary. That's when you guys should have actually woken up, smelled the coffee, and tried to do something about it. Now, some people are doing their final year and need to finish, and you guys are already blocking the system for them, so they can't even finish. Now, when you deep dive into the story, it says Bloemfontein classes have been suspended at Free State University and students have been given 24 hours to leave. It follows violent protests across its 3 campuses in Bloemfontein and Qwaqwa. A decision to discontinue provisional registration next year sparked the unrest. It would mean that students with outstanding debt will not be allowed to register. Students say this will impact those from poor and working class backgrounds. The university says the shift comes after years of growing student debt, now approaching R1 billion. So I also want to know, over the years, haven't they ever tried to get the money back from students who actually finish school? Because I think for me it would sound much more appropriate, or would be actually appropriate, if they actually tried to get the money back from those people. And don't they have a repayment system? And it also goes back to something that also came out, I think, around early September this year, or just mid-month of September, where the minister was even saying that they're going to put a gag order on students who actually owe institutions, which was going to make it hard for them to actually go and earn money to actually pay back their loans. So if you're already doing this drastic and dramatic move, for me it already means that some of those students have already been blacklisted. Because how can you blacklist somebody that owes the institution money, yet you still expect them to pay it back? In a way, it doesn't make any sense. How am I supposed to pay it back if I'm blacklisted? How am I supposed to be clear of the school debt that I already had if I'm blacklisted and I cannot find a job? Because that's you already closing the way of them finding employment. Besides being able to pay back their student loans, it means that they won't be able to feed their families or actually fend for themselves. It means that some families who are depending on that graduate to create a much more bigger and brighter future for them are actually now going to be very, very much disappointed, because they're not going to be getting that willful power, or that a power of freedom or certain empowerment they're hoping to get from that one breadwinner they now have. Man, the South African system is very, very mixed up. I think they just need to find a better way of collecting debt, the student loans that have been owed, or student debts that are actually accumulating and have been accumulating over the years, instead of saying that, you won't be able to register for next year. There should be a much more better system of working things out. And if you say that the school has been running on a loss, then how do you pay for the lectures, the cleaners, the cooling system, the electricity, the water that the school has been having? I think that's a very big question for the Department of Higher Education. If you say that you have a debt that is nearing 1 billion, then how has the school actually been sustaining itself? How have people been paid? Where is that money coming from? Anywho, I guess that's a question for another day. So right now, heading over to our third news headline. It says, African journalists urge AI use to safeguard whistleblowers. Now, for me, I think this is pretty exciting and a very good move in a way, because we've had so many whistleblowers unfortunately meet their untimely end because of them not being protected enough. But I just really wonder how they're actually going to use AI to actually protect them, right? So South African jurists are calling for an urgent AI adoption to protect whistleblowers, citing its potential to create secure, anonymous reporting systems. At the International Bar Association African Regional Forum Conference in Johannesburg, experts highlighted AI's role in preventing tragedies like Babita's assassination in 2021. Edwin Naidu emphasized Africa's unique position, noting its dominance in money and mobile money transaction as a foundation of leveraging AI in crime prevention and whistleblower safety. Now let's take a deep dive into the story, right? So the African jurists are demanding the urgent adaptation of artificial intelligence to protect whistleblowers. They have urged that algorithms create secure, anonymous reporting channels to prevent incidents such as the killing of the Gauteng Health Department official Babita in August 2021. Founder and head of higher education media editor Edwin Naidu say the technological invention is essential. So last month at the biannual International Bar Association African Regional Forum Conference in Johannesburg, jurists and legal experts, they talked about AI and what it could be doing to help, in the fight against crime, particularly being used as aid for whistleblowing. They urged that, Africa is home to 70% of global money transactions, which makes it very uniquely positioned to harness the power of AI, explains Naidu. So this is also very interesting, right? In a way. Popular demands answers regarding members' pension balances reduction, and Ramaphosa. Okay, sorry, that's another story. But either way, it's very fascinating, and I like the fact that the founder and head of higher education media editor, Edwin Naidu, is actually interested in this one because it means that we could find our future AI technicians, IT specialists from the higher department. So in a way, it's also going to create job opportunities for people who are doing IT because they'll probably get grouped into one department to create a very specific AI system that allows whistleblowers to be protected. But then how sure are we that it's going to be safe? We've had so many systematic measures put into place to protect whistleblowers, yet none of it is actually ever safe. So now with the whole AI situation, is it going to be hacker protected? Because as much as we can create a system that helps people who are going to be whistleblowers or potential whistleblowers from whistleblowing anonymously without actually being known and protecting their privacy, including who they are, where they live, and anybody that is actually associated with them, is a pretty good thing. But then when they need to go and testify in court, how do we keep their safety there? Because we can say the system makes the whistleblower anonymous, but then as we know that according to law, the whistleblower will also be required to provide hardcore evidence of the whistleblowing. If you say, for example, I stole 10 rand from my grandmother and you saw me steal it, and then you go on the app and say, okay, I saw Afriberry stole 10 rand from my grandmother, but the grandmother doesn't know. And this actually goes to court. I end up being arrested, it goes to court. In the end, you will be expected to actually present yourself in court to testify. The reporting of it is very unique and very amazing because it's going to be anonymous. But then how do we protect the witness when they come on stand? I think that's one part that they actually missed. As the witness gonna be giving out a statement from their home, without their faces being revealed, are they going to use a voice changer so nobody in the stand or the accused actually recognizes their voices? That is something that they actually need to consider. We'll see if, as much as we say that AI will protect them once they start the whistleblowing, but how will AI protect them when they need to go and testify in court? That is one thing I think the jurist, including the bar, should have actually discussed. That as much as we say that we will protect you once you start being a whistleblower and seeing unjust things being done, and you want to bring those who are doing the unjust things to book so everybody can get justice. How will I be protected once I go and stand? Where's the protection going to come from? Are they not going to know my face? And will they not hear my voice when I'm on stand? So that's something that South Africans, including the Bar Association and the jurists, need to also consider that, yes, we can create or develop an AI app or a certain system that actually protects whoever will be whistleblowing at that time. But how do we protect them once they hit the stand? How do we protect their identity? And make sure that whoever they are testifying against Welcome terug, mensen, man. I hope you guys are also feeling amazing and fantastic because now everybody is about to get sun-kissed on amazing spiritual Thursday, man. But you know what? It's also other things that actually happen on Thursday because what's a Thursday without a movie review? Nah. What's the latest things when it comes to cinema? Or maybe just take you down memory lane and just have a very amazing and fantastic nostalgic moment because movies are forever and they do tell different things that are happening in and around the world that we live in. You know, the power of imagination is pretty fascinating. Nothing beats the power of imagination and how it comes into life because it brings in so much flavor, so much power, so much in depth. And funny enough, even some things that are actually not based on true stories or are actually fictional actually do tap into the lives of some people. That's the power of storytelling. That's the power of creating connectivity through movies and making sure that the people get lost in that very amazing touch that you offer them, man, because there's nothing that beats a movie that sings about you, or a movie that brings you joy when you feel sad. Or maybe a movie that actually brings you happiness, or maybe a movie that makes you feel quirky or brings out that little kid in you or that certain laughter. And you know what? Let's discuss Netflix because Netflix, since it came into the streaming platform, has been doing one of the biggest things ever. Netflix has managed to tap into so many different things, so many different areas, and I feel like it has also given so many countries like a very amazing chance because you get to see. I remember there was once a time when I actually watched a movie on Netflix from Poland and it felt amazing. That movie was amazing because it was all about drag. Imagine a female becoming a drag queen, and Netflix showed that, and they showed that it's possible, man. Oh, but before we even get into that, Moose, what's up?
I'm not too bad. There we go. Sorry, I got my wires crossed. But that's what will happen in the morning, you know. And I hear what you're saying when you talk about the. I look so different with but I hear what you're talking about when you refer to the power of storytelling and the power of the imagination. What I usually say and I tell people is that a number of things that we watch on our screens, whether it's content creation on our phones and our tablets and our laptops and iPads and things of that nature, or even if we are watching things on TV, series, movies, dramas, soapies, the works, and these are things that I was telling Banele on Monday, I think, and we had this conversation after the show, that when people come up with these things, those people are seeing in part. Like when you create a story, you are seeing in part. I refer to it as the gift of foresight. But you are seeing a portion of the puzzle. And so it's interesting, man, especially the different perspectives when people tackle the same concept or the same story or the same idea, but they approach it in very, very, very different ways, man. It's interesting for me. It's fascinating. And one of the series that we're talking about currently, myself, Mo, and Mr. B, and I heard Utumsani said he's going to check it out himself, is a series called The Sandman. It's a very, very intriguing one, guys. I think maybe for like 2 episodes or 2 Thursdays in a row, I'll do series, about 4 series. I'll do 2 on one Thursday and 2 the other. And I think The Sandman should be one of them that we'll dive into. Guys, if you haven't watched The Sandman, you are missing out. You really desperately need to go check it out. But other than that, I'm doing good. Like I said on Monday when we came back, I'm manifesting. I'm coming in with great energies. Like I'm purposeful. I'm intentional. Like I get I'm so purposeful. I'm so intentional. I'm so clued up. I'm so plugged in with the things that I consume, the things that I involve myself in, and the things that I'm discarding and doing away with. And so I'm good. I'm good. How about you? Talk to me.
No, man, I'm feeling fantastic. I'm feeling amazing. Mara, the Sandman will just have to wait for me, because when it comes to series, I'm on a very nostalgic moment at this moment. Like,
Okay.
I went back to watch, I'm currently watching 4. Don't ask me how I juggle it, but I'm watching 4 series.
4 series.
Yeah, at the same time.
Okay.
So
I've
I'm
done that. I do
watching.
that as well.
I've been watching Hudson and Rex,
Okay.
because my grandma doesn't want me to have a German Shepherd. So the only thing I can do is just watch a series about a German Shepherd.
Hudson and Rex. Okay, I see you.
Yes, and I've also tapped back into Monk.
Okay.
And besides Monk, I've also tapped into Bones.
Okay, I see where you are. Okay. Okay, that's
Yes,
interesting.
and I've currently also went back to Xena, the warrior princess.
I've heard. I haven't watched. I think I've seen it in passing, but I haven't watched.
Xena is a classic, man.
No, I know. I've seen the trailer, I think, a while ago, but I never really got into it. I started more recommended Stranger Things.
Oh yes, I remember even yesterday was actually talking about Stranger Things and was actually recommending it to Mr. B and Mr. D. You could see, you know what, this is what I'm currently watching at this moment.
Because season 5, he says season 5 is about to come out. The last season, which was season 4, last came out in 2022. And it was very interesting. The first season actually came out 9 years ago, 2016. That's crazy. So I watched the first episode, and then I had to do something, so I couldn't watch the second one. And what Banele suggested is that at least go watch 3 episodes to see if you will be into it or not. So I'm on the first one. I completed the first episode. I still need to go watch episode 2 and 3. So I don't know. So far. Not really because look, even initially I and Stranger Things from the trailers that I saw, and the hype that it got, I was like, I was reluctant, I was hesitant, but I saw where the hype is. I understand from watching the first episode. I understand that I see where the direction is, But yeah, let me go watch the second and third episode, and then I think I'll be able to decide. But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting watch. But I see where you are. But Monk, I did Monk myself. I even did the movie. I did Hudson and Rex. I've done here and here, on and off. Channel 117 DSTV. I've done. You said you're doing what again?
So it's Hudson and Rex. So Hudson and Rex, I actually fell in love with it because of Facebook Reels.
Okay.
So that's how I used to watch it.
Okay.
And then I was like, you know what, I need to officially watch it. And then Monk, I started watching it again because growing up as a kid, I could never actually really watch it that much because it played on a Sunday, man.
Okay.
And then Monday I have school, so half the time I miss some of the episodes and stuff. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take myself back and actually start from scratch with Monk.
Okay.
And then the same goes for Bones.
Oh yeah,
Bones. I've watched some episodes, so I also started from scratch with it.
Yeah.
And then Xena the Warrior Princess was like feeling nostalgic because of another animated series that I watched. It's called Records of Ragnarok.
Yes.
So Records of Ragnarok basically has the Greek gods, and then you have Hercules. Unfortunately, Hercules got killed by Jack the Reaper.
Okay.
But otherwise, I loved it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and actually watch Xena the Warrior Princess.
Okay, that's interesting.
And then I noticed something with Xena the Warrior Princess and me. I'm like, that's also me because that's me on stage. That's what I do when I perform. And I was like, okay, so Xena, I see why I kind of enjoyed you growing up as a kid and why I actually loved watching you.
Yes, I see you.
So I tap in between those ones. And then another one that I'm also watching, so it's actually 5. So the other one that I'm also balancing off at this moment is The Magician. So The Magicians, I watched 3 episodes. And then Monk, I finished season 1. So right now I'm on season 2, episode 3. And then Bones, I'm on season 1, episode 8. And then Xena the Warrior Princess, I'm on season 1, episode 4. And then Hudson and Rex, I'm on season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why Bones? No, Bones I haven't done that much myself.
Bones, I like the way how she tells stories from it's basically rubble. I call it rubble because she's basically telling you how a person died, how they lived, what their life story through the bones. So
Okay.
bones. So basically, stories are no, this is how unfortunately the person passed away, and this led to the cause of death, which is something that usually takes some time for even detectives to actually see, and for a normal what do they call this? Can I give a mamba with the morgue?
The morgue.
Yes, for the normal coroners to actually detect, because she's an anthropologist. An anthropologist deep dives into the bones and can literally tell you how long this person has been dead, what actually killed them, that kind of stuff, and they can literally put in each and every single piece of the broken down bones and form a fully grown or fully formed skeleton structure. So that's how I ended up falling in love with bones, and I like it, man. So I'm very in touch with it, and I love it. But right now, so we're gonna head over to a YouTube channel to see the amazing comments. We have Zinzi Elizabeth coming through us at Sanbonani fam. Hope you're well on this. Hope you're all well on this Thursday. Sivugile Tina and feeling blessed. Wishing you guys a blessed day ahead. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And we also have Luti coming in saying good morning, Vooka team. And Amavuga Amahle. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Sivugile. And we also have another comment from Zinzi Elizabeth saying good morning, Miss Berry Blaze. Hey sis. And then we also have another comment from Lutu coming in saying hashtag Happy Thursday. Wishing you a great day ahead. Take care. Thank you very much, Mshana. And then we also have another comment coming in from Miss Q Rams saying, good morning, a happy Thursday to you all. Thank you, Miss Q. And then we also have another comment coming in from Tsakani B. And then Tsakani B saying, good morning, Vooka Nation. Happy Thursday. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Thank you for all the love. And then we also have another comment coming in from Umama Way to Umam Tembi saying, a very good Vooka team and Vooka Nation. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Sivugile on a beautiful sunny Thursday. Hey, ma, you can see, man, the birds are chirping. This day is sun-kissed. And then we also have another comment coming in from Umama saying, hashtag wishing you a wonderful, blessed day ahead. Stay focused. Thank you very much, Ma. And another comment coming in from Umama at hashtag rise and shine. Another one at you look cute there. Oh, it's again when I'm a mama, it's like a blush. I was saying thank you very much, my darling. I love you too, Ma. And then a last comment coming in from Mama Futi at good morning, Mr. Moose.
Hey, how's it going? Hello, Mom TV.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Mom TV.
Man, thank you very much for the Vooka team for doing an amazing rise and shine with us. And we always thank you for always tuning in and obviously showing us and giving us all the love and affection. And from me to you, I am sending it back. And I also hope that you guys have an amazing, blessed Thursday. And obviously, don't move, don't ya, guys. Make sure that you stay tuned. Nati kona lago Vooka Breakfast Show. So we're going to take a quick break and then come back and obviously keep you in tuned and well informed.
Feeling you so close to make me drive around. Everlasting love, so much to go around. You got me so high, I can't come down. I hope you know
Yes, man. As we were discussing and obviously keeping you in tune and in touch with the amazing movies that are out there, man. Please get over to your YouTube channel and obviously send us a voice note on 0604933226 and let us know what's keeping you on that couch, what's keeping you in tune, and what's keeping you entertained, man. So you never know. Maybe I might want to watch that movie or actually watch that series. So today, as you know, that it's also a movie review Thursday. Do let us know what you guys are tuning into, what you guys are watching, because we'd also like to know, man. You never know. Maybe Lorona Ragaba interested. Bones. So if you're also tuned, not Mr. Bones, by the way, just Bones. So if you also like to tune in, you can also go download it and actually watch it. And you never know, man. Like all things nice, baraki sugar and spice, man. As I was discussing the fact that we are exploring the world of imagination and making sure that everybody stays in touch with their inner child. Now, on this amazing day in 2019, Netflix reveals its most popular original movie with Sandra Bullock's A Bird Box, and its most popular TV series was Stranger Things for the year. Now imagine, we're just talking about Stranger Things, to only imagine what Stranger Things was their most popular series in 2019. And at this moment, they have still managed to actually keep people on their seats. Some people are still bragging about Stranger Things. For me, I think I only watched like season 1. Probably I think at around episode 5, and for some weird reason I got bored along the way. Maybe I'll just give it a second run and see what exactly is Stranger Things all about. Are the things strange enough? Is there enough mystery? Or maybe there's just a world full of wonders and mystic. You never know, hey? So if you've watched Stranger Things, please don't forget to also give us your own review and let us know what exactly do you think about the series Stranger Things. And is it something that you're currently still watching? Are you also anticipating the wait of season 5, which is also coming back pretty soon, man? So let us know. So in 2019, Netflix revealed that its most watched original movie was Bird Box, a post-apocalyptic thriller starring Sandra Bullock that captivated audience with its suspensional plot and viral blindfolded scenes. The film drew over 80 million views within its first 4 weeks, making its cultural phenomenon. Now that is amazing. Imagine just throwing in 80 million views in 4 weeks. For me, I feel like it's a game changer, man. Go Sandra. And then meanwhile, Netflix's most popular original series of the year was Stranger Things, particularly its 3rd season. The nostalgic sci-fi drama set in the 1980s continued to dominate global viewership with its mix of supernatural intrigue, coming-of-age themes, and retro charm. Both titles underseeded Netflix's growing influence in original content and global entertainment trends. Now, Netflix is doing their most here. So I think right now, they're probably also going to have a much more thrilling viewership when it comes to season 5, because I see a whole lot of people actually amped up by season 5. And then what also happens again in 1979, comedy sketch show Not the 9 O'Clock News, starring Warren Atkinson, Chris Langham, Pamela Stevens, and Mel Smith, debuts on BBC Two. Not the 9 O'Clock News debuted in BBC Two in 1979. Actually, my mom was born on that year, Moose.
I remember you mentioned. I remember your mom is 79. Yeah,
79, and then they were
46 this year.
Hey, and they're debuting major things, hey?
Yeah.
Redefining British sketch comedy with sharp satire and irrelevant wit, starring Rowan Atkinson, Chris Langham, Pamela Stevens, and Mel Smith. The show tackled politics, pop culture, media episodes, and bold sketches and broadly news segments. It became a launchpad for Atkinson's rise to fame and influenced British comedy like Spitting Image and The Day Today. Its edgy humor and innovative format made it a cult classic, capturing the spirit of the late 1970s Britain with intelligence and bite. Now that's very fascinating. And then my all-time favorite, na ke rata di Popeye.
Yeah.
Nah, ke rata di Popeye.
You've mentioned.
So this one is my all-time favorite. Yes, I still sit down and watch cartoons. And yes, anime and cartoons. I watch both now. I was never really a fan of anime, but I'm slowly getting introduced into it. So in 1923, Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio is founded by brothers Walt and Roy Disney in Los Feliz, California, making the beginning of what would become Walt Disney Company. In October 16 and 1923, Walt and Roy Disney founded the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio in Los Feliz, California, launching what would evolve into the global entertainment empire known as Walt Disney Company. The Walt had just moved to Los Angeles after his Kansas City studio, Love or Graham Films, went bankrupt. With War recovering from tuberculosis, the brothers pooled their talents, Walt's animation and Roy's business acumen, to produce the Alice comedies, blending live action and animation. This modern studio laid the foundation for iconic creations like Mickey Mouse and Snow White, and pioneered innovations that transformed animation, storytelling, and theme park experiences worldwide. Now, this is pretty amazing because when you look at what Disney is right now, they have their own channel.
Yes.
They produce their own movie
Not
channels.
Just a channel, yeah.
Now I'm looking at the fact that you now have like an app specified
Oh,
for
you mean
everything.
like a streaming platform?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
boy.
now
Oh,
have
I
their
see.
own streaming platform
I see
that
what you mean.
literally deals with everything and anything Disney. And then you
yeah.
look at the amazing things that they've actually created. It's pretty fascinating.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. I think the Dead Boy Detectives is actually a part of a Disney production.
Dead Boy is Netflix.
Dead Boy is Netflix.
Dead Boy Detectives is Netflix under DC Comics. So Dead Boy Detectives is related to the Sandman. It's a spin-off of the Sandman, and the Sandman is under DCEU. So that's DC Comics. But I get you. I get what you're saying. Disney, for the most part, Disney does MCU. So Disney does more Black Widow.
Miss Marvel, that kind of stuff.
All those. So Disney is mostly Marvel, as opposed to DC Comics. Yeah. But I hear what you're saying. I hear very interesting stuff.
They've done amazing work, especially when you look at how they're making sure that they still keep to their natural look in a way through the whole Disney streaming platform, making sure that they'll still provide things that actually blend in with the inner child of a person. Things that actually correspond with what it is to being a child in the world that we live in.
I see.
And it's amazing. And you look at the spin-offs that they did, like the latest Snow White that they did this year. It was pretty amazing. I kind of liked it.
Snow White.
Yes.
Which one?
The latest one.
Christian dance.
Who's that girl?
Kristen Stewart.
That Mexican girl, man. The one with the short hair. There's the remake of it actually shows the seven dwarfs. So she actually disappeared. She actually runs off from the castle. No. It's in Owako Twilight.
Not that. Okay, that's the one. That's the last one I know.
There's another spin-off of Snow White.
Okay.
So this one actually features the seven dwarfs, where she literally goes and lives with the seven dwarfs.
Is it not the musical one?
It's the musical one.
I think I might have seen it somewhere in passing, the trailer, but I'm not too sure about the actual thing. I haven't watched it. I'll go check it out.
Yeah, I'm a princess.
I'll go check it out. Okay, I see you.
Me, I'm a princess inside and out. Like growing up, I had those miniature storybooks. So I had Three Little Pigs, I had Snow White, I had Rapunzel. I don't know if they still manufacture those books. They were like nice. They were nice and small. Those ones, that's how I learned to read, through those books. So like my mom bought me like gang books of those ones. And I think that's when I went more into my princess era, and I just fell in love with Disney movies.
I see.
Except for the remake of Little Mermaid. I get so lost.
Which one? Bailey. Yeah. Bailey Haley or Haley Bailey.
Haley Bailey.
Yeah.
I get so
I tried
lost
it.
in it. I tried, man.
I remember, Lena, I tried it. I followed it. I could understand the story, but I don't know. It just lost me in the middle, and then I just stopped watching it. But
In a
maybe
way, there's
I
some.
should give it a chance again. Yes.
I tried giving it a chance again, but in a way, there's some parts of the actual Little Mermaids that are missing. I think for me, they lost it somewhere, somehow. As much as we say that we want diversity when it comes to the world of princesses,
Okay.
hence you have the now Snow White not being like an actual Caucasian person, but being somebody of like Hispanic origins. It's kind of nice in a way, but in terms of it's also gross income in the box office, it didn't go that. No, it didn't go that perfectly.
Let me
It's
check
not,
it out.
yeah, but the title is not actually like, if I remember, I don't think the title is like Snow White perfectly. It's something else, but it is the story of Snow
Oh,
White.
I've seen this one. No, I
you
haven't
watch
watched
the-
it, but I've seen it. Yeah, no, guess no why. The 2025. Yeah, I've seen it. Can I get on this girl? Rachel Zegler. Gal Gadot. I've seen it. I haven't watched it, but I've seen it in passing. Yeah, get right. When I said I've seen the trailer. Yeah. I don't know. It seems cool, but I don't know. I'll have to go and actually watch it proper.
Yeah, for it, I think it's more like they redid like the whole proper cartoon version of Snow White.
Okay.
Well, there's literally everybody singing in the streets.
Yeah.
Even the evil queen breaks out in a song.
Sure.
Even when she escapes, she's also out in a song, including the dress that she's wearing. She's wearing the traditional,
Sure.
typical Snow White dress compared to Snow White and the Huntsman. She's not wearing she doesn't stay that much into the whole dress era that we know. La Paya, they literally have the kiss, the prince bringing Snow White back into life.
Sure.
That's how
see.
they have it. So, and then when it comes to The Little Mermaid, I also like tried watching it 3 times and somehow always managed to fall asleep. That's where I knew to know this Little Mermaid is not the version that I'll probably watch again. There's definitely something wrong with it. There's something that's missing. Because imagine trying to watch something 3 times and you still manage to fall asleep.
Look,
all
man, I
3
think
times.
The thing is, with these spin-offs and these remakes of these movies, you, as someone who's big on movies, I've learned that one has to keep an open mind. Like when I look at Stranger Things, I was quite, like I said, hesitant, and especially when something is hyped up, when something makes people make a lot of noise or pushes people to make a lot of noise about it. I tend to take a while to watch it. I'm like, Stranger Things 9 years later, after the first season, after the first episode, and already they're approaching season 5 that's going to be released next month. So it takes a while for me, but even with that being said, one has to keep an open mind as much as possible so that you are able to receive the content objectively. So, there's quite a lot of, like, Maleficent. I took a while to watch Maleficent.
Oh, Malekito.
I took a while. For instance, there's another one, because I'm huge on Marvel. There's this one, that guy Ole, Jared Leto is stars in that one, but he's like a vampire type of thing, hero Mole, in the MCU in Marvel. But Lo and I took a bit of a second to watch it. So you just have to keep an open mind, just so that you understand why people are making noise about it, or why it was released, or the perception of it. But I get you. Like, for instance, for me, that guy is over exaggerated. Like, Bamu, who's that guy with the eyes, Ole, who did the Lion King remake of Lion King?
Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa.
But
Pierre, that's Mufasa.
They exaggerated that guy's
Yeah, I didn't watch The Lion
talent.
King.
I tried as well. I
I'm
tried
not
about
even gonna
twice,
try.
I think. Guys share, but I'm like, no, guys, no.
For me, I'm not even gonna try because it feels pretty wasted. The more they remake it, the more diluted it becomes.
Yeah, you're right.
The more diluted it becomes. Like, for example, there's been less remakes of The Little Mermaid. So for me, I felt like, with this one, it's probably gonna be like, rock hard. And I felt asleep 3 times, and I was like, no, man.
Yeah.
As a person who grew up watching Disney princesses movies, I watched, I also grew up like watching Barbie. So I'm all about that princess lifestyle. And for me, somehow, it took out the princessy thing in it. It lost me for like a while, and I gave up.
I see you.
I gave up. The same goes for, forgive me, I know you watched this one, Thunderbolts. I get right.
Oh, Thunderbolts. Nah, I mean, it wasn't the greatest MCU movie, but it's a continuation of the story. But I liked it. It's a different. Every time these movies come out, man, we're introduced to a new superhero. We're introduced to, a different take on him as to what the comics look like. So it's a continuation of the story, and it's growth for the franchise. Now I'm big on Marvel. Not all their projects are the greatest, but. I'm big on Marvel, and I always like keeping up to date. For instance, I haven't watched the 2nd and 3rd season of Loki, and I have to go watch that so that I understand ultimately Doomsday. Like there's just it's an entire thing, especially when you follow the franchise fully. Like Harry Potter, Mo is only watching Harry Potter now, and he has to go back and watch from the first movie to the last one again to fully understand.
Yes.
So that's the thing about the franchise, and just big projects like that one. But later on, I will give you 2 movies that I will recommend today. Very interesting ones that I also took a while to go and watch, but I eventually did, and I loved them, and I absolutely recommend them as like a weekend thing when you're indoors. We do Let's Fella with family, with your boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, with the kids even, or just the entire family. Nothing too hectic, nothing too explicit, but you know that on a day-to-day basis, we always celebrate the number of days, or we give you the number of days that we're in the year, right? And today is no exception whatsoever. So today is actually the 289th day. That's crazy. That's crazy. 289 days deep into the year. And it would be, if it were a leap year, it would be the 290th. And it marks that there are only 76 days left in the year. It's crazy. Less than 80 days with 10 weeks remaining, right? That's less than 3 months. And tell me, what do you have planned for the rest of the year with these last 2 weeks and 2 months of the year? I know I have a few things lined up, especially I think the first weekend of December. There's an interesting thing that's happening for me, but I'll fill you in with that as it develops, as the days go by, right? And with the number of days also comes national and international days that we're celebrating. Talk to me as you've been growing up, the age that you are in now. Do you find yourself having pains or having to struggle when you get out of bed? Do you find yourself having to struggle when you stand up from the chair, or after you've sat for a while, like how did you so, and you're tired and stuff like that?
I get the pain, so.
Man.
Yeah.
So if you're one of those people, you have to get it checked out. I know I'm someone who has to absolutely go and visit the chiropractor. But today, on the 16th of October, on a Thursday morning, we are celebrating World Spine Day. So perhaps you have to go and get your spine checked out and your back, and you have to get like a massage, and get your bones and your muscles loosened up by going to the chiropractor and visiting the chiropractor. So today, as it's the 16th of October 2025, we're focusing on World Spinal Day and spinal health and your posture awareness as an individual. Are you those people who slouches, or can you sit upright, right? As we were taught when we were growing up. And it says health professionals worldwide host events to encourage physical activity, ergonomic habits, and back care. So taking care of your back is essential, because essentially what happens is that when your spine goes out, there's not much you can do, man. Your movement and your mobility is limited. Crazy. And then on the 16th as well, what we're celebrating is a very cool invention that has helped both you and I make our lives easier. And that invention is sustainable food systems. These are innovations in vertical farming, lab-grown meat, and climate-resilient crops are transforming how we feed the planet. These systems aim to reduce water use, emissions and land degradation. That's very interesting for me. Very, very interesting.
It is, man.
It makes me think or remember, what's the thing? The Matrix, the last Matrix movie, where Neo is unplugged again and realizes that he's been in the Matrix, and it's years later after the war with the machines, and since he is the chosen one and he had to go to the machine city and fight with them, and then but Striker did and all of those things, and then years later we see Jada Pinkett Smith as the leader now of those who are not part of the Matrix, and the city of Zion has fallen down and there's a new city that's been built. It's so crazy, and they're showing Neo Hore they can grow
sustainable food.
Yeah, and then the one thing about bamufa strawberry, and there's grapes, and there's all these kinds of things that they didn't have back then, and he's amazed. And so this makes me think of that, man. Very, very interesting stuff.
It is pretty fascinating. It reminds me of another series that I once watched. It's called Scorpion. So in Scorpion they had an episode, I can't remember the number of the episode, where they had to go save a plant that had sustainable crops that can grow under any climate.
Sure.
And that was like basically a life-threatening thing, because they had to go fight to save food for the world and make sure that everybody in the world gets a piece of something they get to eat. And they were fighting against time, the clock, because the cooling system was not working and some of the crops had already died. So you see that one, that was like a mission and a half, man. But moving on, and you know that we always celebrate the good things, wonderful things that we always keep on celebrating. You never know, maybe it's my birthday by mistake. But if you also do know somebody that's also celebrating their birthday today, feel free to also send us a shout out on our YouTube comment section, or you can just simply send us a text on 0604933226. That's 0604933226, man. So send us a text and let us know who's that special somebody, or your friend, family, or colleague that's actually celebrating their birthdays today. And I see you guys are no longer keeping up with the trends, and you are not sending us your picture of the day, your morning rise. If it's not a morning rise, you can also send us how your sunset looks, and tomorrow we'll definitely show the amazing viewers that we have what the beautiful view of the sunset you actually have. Now, so on our first birthdays, we have Naomi Osaka. Now, Naomi Osaka was born on the 16th of October in 1997. Now, she'll be turning 28 years today, and rise to fame, tennis player who captured her first Grand Slam victory after defeating Serena Williams in 2018 US Open Championship. Now, this was a huge win for her. This was a huge win for her because she managed to defeat somebody that she cared about, somebody that she viewed as an icon, and somebody that she actually loved, man. It was pretty amazing. And then she also went on to win the 2019 Australian Open and 2020 US Open. Now, she is not married, very much not married. We don't know if she's single, but the only thing that we know is that Agachatang. And an interesting fact, Naomi is the first Asian player, male or female, to be ranked number 1 in singles tennis by WTA. Imagine reaching that feat as an Asian tennis player and also defeating somebody that you actually look up to, man. That's a plus for her. And we're also celebrating Lauren, who was also born on the 16th of October in 1993. Now, Lauren will be turning 1983. Sorry, she was born in 1983. And will be turning 42 years old today. Now, rise to fame. She is a Swedish singer, best known for winning the 2012 and 2023 Eurovision Song Contest with her hits Euphoria and Tattoo. She has performed with groups like Rob and Rats. Marital status, she's not married, so we're also not sure if she's actually currently single, seeing somebody, or maybe just keeping it under wraps. But an interesting fact is that Lauren is the first woman in Eurovision history to win the contest twice. in 2012 with Euphoria, and again in 2023 with Tattoo. Man, girl, you rock. And then now we are celebrating. We want to create dilo tse di monate mo South Africa. Batho ba ba entseng dilo tse ntsweng mo South Africa. Batho ba ba rentseng gore especially go fitla go di 1-2 di twala tsa ba re tsipa mo fielding. We are celebrating Kaiser Motaung's birthday, man. So Kaiser Motaung was also born on the 16th of October in 1944 and is turning 49 today. Rise to fame, Kaiser Motaung founded Kaiser Chiefs, revolutionized South African football and earned global respect. Marital status, he is married to Valeta Motaung. And interesting fact, Kaiser Motaung scored 16 goals in just 15 matches during his debut season in the US. Now I understand why he actually went ahead to form a football team and actually named it after himself, because he's an OG like that. Imagine 16 goals in 15 matches. Hey man, bara di legend, tere di tshwere teng mona mo Mzansi. Wa tla shapa ka ditsipa twala sa o sa lebala le yone tsamaya. So right now we're going to take a little break. Come back, and of course, take you into your literary session with Word of the Day.
I can feel you there where I once had you all alone. In the back of my mind, I'm under your spell, I can't get out. My heart falls 5 below, and I'm still here. I'm freezing cold, but I will wait and hold my breath till I turn blue. I hope you know that I will never let you go. If all I do is dim your glow and fly on, baby, please just go. I hope you know that I will never let you go. If all I do is dim your glow and fly on, baby, please just go. I can feel you there. I once had you all alone. In the back of my mind, I'm under your spell, I can't get out. Let you go. My heart falls 5 below, and I'm still here. I'm freezing cold, but I will wait and hold my breath. Please just go. You called me last night, drunk again, trying to get me back to no offense. Told you many times, but I don't wanna try more. Saying that you're sorry just won't do. She can want some more, she can upset through, yeah, yeah. 그냥 이 모든 게 싫어졌어. 시간 낭비 같아, 도는 미야. What's the point, baby? Let it go, baby. I know you call me only when you're feeling lonely. 생각하지 마. 보고 싶어도 선을 넘지마. 이제 우리 따윈 없으니까. 다른 여자 품에 있고 날 기억하지 마. Don't think of me anymore. Already said 100,000,000 times to you before. Said it before, yeah. I'm doing alright without you, baby. 너 없이 또 잘 살아, okay. Took your number off my phone. I'm doing better on my own. 생각조차 안 나 좋았던 날도. Without you, baby, oh, I feel brand new. Took your number off my phone. I'm doing better on my own. I'm doing alright without you, baby. 너 없이 또 잘 살아, okay. Took your number off my phone. I'm doing better on my own. 생각조차 안 나 좋았던 날도. Without you, baby, oh, I feel brand new. Took your number off my phone. I'm doing better on my own. I'm doing better, doing better on my own. I'm doing better on my own. Better off without you,
Heart beats up and down. I'm in a gambling phase. Going round and round. It's a trampoline stay. Oh, it's like I never run out of breath. And I don't care if we make a mess. It doesn't matter what's coming next. So can we? Why are you so goddamn cold? Tell me why. 'Cause you know this ain't no love. So can we just be bonafide? Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer. Can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love. Just wanna be yours. Don't wanna be your love. Let's keep it on the low, keep it on the low. 'Cause you know this ain't no love. I want you to be bonafide. Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer. Can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love. Just wanna be yours.
Man, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, man. You know, there's actually one person that actually makes me become the happiest person ever in life. And I almost forgot that today is actually a birthday. Now, this person actually motivates me to become a better version of myself. And today I am celebrating a good friend of mine. I am celebrating a good friend of myself, and somebody that I also see as a sister, a mentor, which is Ukush Mahlega. Do you know Ukush?
No.
She's been to SMJ.
I think there's a lot of people who go to SMJ. Bro. There's no way I can know everyone.
Yeah, man, I am celebrating Ukush Guhle Mahlega. Now, she is a very phenomenal poet when it also comes to the world of storytelling. She has done amazing things, man. And she has worked with Moby Dixon on one of his latest albums. I think it was released in 2021 or 2022. It was called When House Was House. And she has also worked with Amanda Black on the other album that she also released. And not forgetting that she's also worked with so many other amazing people, man. Kush, man, she's one of the people that actually inspire me and motivate me to actually keep pushing myself when it comes to the world of poetry and making sure that I actually succeed and become the dopest poet that I actually want to see myself. So for me, she is a challenge. And I like that.
Work effort.
She is a challenge. You guys don't come to see me perform. So you
what I'm saying is, like, you know, Vooka Nation, sometimes some of them cannot come.
Yeah.
But would it be possible for them to get access to your body of work?
Somewhere online or something? Yeah.
Yes, they can go to TikTok and follow Afriberry O, and then they'll see the body of works that I have there.
Well, I'm talking poetry. Young poetry, okay. There's this poem, or they can say to someone else, hey, you know, there's this poem by Afriberry. It goes 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Like a collective, like a collection, of like a body of work. We want to see that.
Yeah.
I think that actually, in all honesty, that might take a bit of time, and there's a reason for that.
So like, for example, you know, on Spotify, you can open an account, né? And right now you're sitting behind a mic. You can record your body of work. You can write it, upload it, create a blog post. There's this free website, maybe it's a blog, yeah. So you can blog and write the poems, and you can record them, or maybe once a week, every Friday.
You release
Vooka
one.
Nation, you release one.
Yeah. After the show,
over a span of 10 weeks. Now you've got 10 poems
that are sitting
recorded.
Sure.
You open your own YouTube channel, and yeah, something to think about. Your body of work.
There's equipment here, record,
like,
a
come
blue
on,
screen
guys,
type of thing.
come on.
Yeah.
Yes, like you said, it's something to think about. I think it's because...
No, don't think about it. Like, do it. Like, write it.
She still wants
after
to think
you've
about
written.
The reason why I say that is because for me, I've kind of gotten used to the fact that I perform in front of like an audience. For me, it feeds me in a way because I like the fact that whenever I go out to perform, it's different people. Yes, there might be probably 10 people that I recognize, but there's always going to be around plus minus 5 or 15 that I don't know. So for me, it's also the fact that I need to also
Sure, but now remember how you would like to be remembered, ne? I mean, we don't want to find ourselves saying, I beg a poet. Okay?
Yes,
I beg Ntwembu. Okay, but where?
Siboniseni kokai. Yes, siyaniswa ukuthi ake perform live. I understand you, and this is something that I've been contemplating for a while. But because now I'm an in denial perfectionist, Mr. B, releasing the work is there. The work is there, and actually this year for me was the plan was to actually by now, or at least by November month end, I would have released my work, because there's a lot of people who are saying, Musimist, we've seen you, we've seen you live, we've seen you on your pages across the social platforms, but Chief, we need to hear what you have to say. And I've sent like a sample. I'll play something towards the end of the show in like an hour's time. I'll play like 30 seconds because this is an exclusive. Hey, the talk about you guys. I see the understand. But there are people who I know who say, "Bruh, like it's way overdue now," right? And I'll actually play two things. There's two things that I'll play: one unreleased, one released. And these are songs that you've heard when yourself. These are songs now. There's a song now go SMJ. There's like 4 or 5 people who know when I get up on the what's this thing, open mic after the lineup of that specific Tuesday. I guess I'm like Musimanyana. They sing along, and it was crazy for me. You guys haven't said it's surprising. So I think that's what Banele is talking towards. As a creative, as an artist, as an executioner of the craft, we need bodies of work. It doesn't have to be a lot of things. Nakhana 10 weeks. 10 weeks is like two months, basically. Got Friday, and we'll help you. Musi Mr. is here, Mo is here. Once every week.
Once every Friday. Or every Thursday, because it's spiritual. Ne?
Yeah.
So you can perform one manji, we can cut it, upload it wherever, and then it's okay, you are now building a body of work. Because if someone says, "Hey man, I've heard Vooka," we know where to point them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if someone says Afri is a poet, we should be able to point them somewhere. So yeah.
Blush like no stage.
No man, Banana is speaking facts.
Yeah, guys,
you're speaking facts.
So Naguwe Musi, put out that song, man. Like,
I will.
This thing of being a perfectionist.
Ish, my guy, I've seen how it's holding me back. I've seen how it's holding me back, Mr. B, and yeah, man, I need to. I'm starting to learn how to not let it dictate how I go about my work in all the spaces that I'm involved in, because I've gotten to a point now, you know how we always compare LLMs, right? We always compare. So I know when the year started, when we started out, ChatGPT was something that I made use of, and then once I got a handle on my devices, I started making use of Copilot, and then I started making use of Gemini. And you and I go back and forth for which one works, like the differences. We've actually made the two have a conversation with each other, Gemini and Copilot. We tried ChatGPT, we tried Siri. So as I'm prompting, Copilot now knows my style. Now, because it starts understanding, it learns who you are, how you function, and stuff like that. The topics that you prompt and things of that nature. So whenever I talk about Musi Mist, now it classifies me as a sonic storyteller. Nice. And it will give me ideas. No, Musi Mist, how about you do this for like your online presence? And there's things that it's stored for me. I just have to go back and say, hey, remember you gave me this idea. Now it's time. Let's go about it. And the one thing was a series of like my songs, combining it with the word of the day, because I prompt the word. Like, it's crazy. It's interesting. It's interesting.
I doubt my Copilot can do that because I use it basically for everything work.
No, but even for work, man.
But poetry is your work.
Yes.
No,
is it not?
For me, I freestyle. So anything that I do, it's not written. Before I had my kid, I used to write pen and paper. I still have some of the books with the poems. So I still have some poems that have never been heard and that are still like sitting up on pen and paper, that some need to be reworked, tweaked here and there. Some are still okay just like that. But after having my son, that's when I kind of birthed the life of freestyling into me. Because it's something that I always wanted to do, but I lacked that whole free element within the styling. Yeah. And now it's something that I currently do. So each and every single performance that you see when it comes to like my TikTok page, that is something that is literally on the spot, fresh, never done, will never be done again. That's how it is. So that's what most people grasp about me. The fact that whenever I perform, it's literally fresh from the spot, on the go, nothing is written. I can even recite something about somebody while looking at them at the same time, and that's something that I didn't write. So for me, I've learned to fall in love with that. I think that's why I love live performances more, because it also reading the room and seeing the crowd, it also allows me to also engage with them. So the energy exchange happens there, because I don't know them, I don't know you, but then there's something within you that sparks a little something that actually rhymes with whatever I'm saying.
Yeah. That is putting you at a disadvantage, though.
Completely. I've shared this with her.
It is putting you at a disadvantage.
It's
because
great.
You're an awesome poet. However, I'm doing a movie, maybe a musical, and I'm looking for poets. No, man, there's this one poet.
I heard.
Okay,
Yeah.
nowadays, how they audition or do talent scouting, send me your links. Then I'll make a decision, or at least I will at least find the top 5 or my top 10.
A reference.
And then
Have a
after
reference.
that,
Come
I
in
can
person.
come in.
Yes.
But then you would have then missed that top 10 because you
By
don't
virtue
have
of not having an online presence.
a body of work
Sure.
where it's nicely collected and people can find it.
As someone who's done
So
online
freestyle,
auditions,
freestyle.
I know what they'll do that. So it's to be called for a callback. They'll tell you, send 2 pictures of yourself, send a recording of yourself, and send us your handles. Your online presence, basically. Your actual name, ke Musi wa kwa mang 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 mang. But what is your handle? Because the thinking here is that as someone who's part of the space, you have like a handle, like an artist name, like Musi ke Musi Mest, Afripere ke Afripere, Maruna Lina la gagwe, things of that nature, right? And what they will do, they will actually go and look you up, either on Instagram or on Facebook or TikTok or whatever the case is, even as far as I've seen once, even as far as YouTube. Like, are you someone who's actually working? Like, what does your online presence look like? So, and that's
What's your last upload? When
Yes,
last
post.
was
Did
it?
you post? Yes.
Is it 4 years ago?
Yes, or 2 months ago,
Yeah.
or a day ago.
Yeah.
And what did you post? Did you post personal things, or are you posting your work? I mean, over the weekend I was actually go the Soweto Kota Festival, and this is what we did. This is my birthday vlog of 2025 Soweto Kota Festival. And they say, oh, okay, this person is actually a radio presenter. We're actually looking for someone to do VOs for us. So this person, Ritomo Bita, as a musical someone, but we know I got to present. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And now it also opens up other avenues for you. You end up being a one-stop shop.
You're a poet, a radio presenter, you do voiceovers.
A singer, your voiceover.
Act,
Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's cool, man. So that's where I'm headed now, Banel. I want to become.
So it means that I also need to start finding clips of myself when I did background acting.
Yes.
In a way, I'm asking because
Yes.
it also falls
It
under my whole artistic
Yes,
profile.
absolutely.
And then clips of me while as an MC to
Completely.
also showcase that, singing.
Completely.
Yeah, so
The one thing that TC taught me, is documenting, because she's big on taking photos and videos and documenting. I'm very poor. I'm very poor at documenting, but I really tried the weekend of the Soweto Kota Festival, and I saw the importance. I haven't released that work, but I saw, guys, I was telling Banele, I need to change my pinned video on my socials, because I have a pinned video on Facebook and TikTok, I think, where I'm telling people, hi, my name is Musimist, and I'm a musical whatever. I specialize in genres such as this, that, and the other. That video was uploaded back in 2020, I think. It's 5 years later. I haven't changed it. And I've grown from that Musimist. I'm still the same person, because when I was watching the videos, like, hey, Chief, you look like this video was, you remember how you said it was shot like last month, because I don't age. I'm a vampire, Chief.
Thank you, Pharrell.
Yeah, but I need to upload a new one. And because of how I've seen now what we do here and what we can include, and I need to change it now.
Yeah, it's the same as me, because I think that's something that I also told Banele when I worked in here. I was like, you know what? I also need to have. One thing I realized is that on for example, my TikTok page, I actually don't have clips of me presenting.
Okay.
that's something that I also need to add on my TikTok page because it's specifically made for it. I don't post any personal videos. I literally post bodies of my own work of art, right? That's what I normally post. And I noticed that as much as I post that, there's only one clip of me as a background actor that I posted on Movango. And then the rest of it, I'm still yet to post clips of me like basically live on radio, the whole interaction that we have, which is something that I also need to get done. Another thing that I also need to get done is basically have my own Facebook page. I don't have that.
I was prompted.
A Facebook page, ne?
Yes.
Versus
an account.
An account, like a personal account.
Sure.
Why a page?
The reason why a page is because I've been hacked on Facebook like twice. So most of the time the two Facebook's account that I had literally had the nickname Afriberry. So it was Afriberry Mongs. Mongs is an abbreviation of my surname. And then the other one is Afriberry Kelly Mongs. So I've struggled to get them back. And then with the current Facebook page that I have, I tried incorporating Afriberry into basically my name and it didn't happen. Facebook just denied it. So I'm like, okay, you know what? So maybe the best way or the only way for me to actually separate my personal Facebook life and my work or my creative Facebook life is by having a Facebook page.
So maybe we can segue into tech because it's also Tech Thursdays, right? And one of the things that I want to address is also when it comes to your Facebook page. Obviously, you need a Facebook account to have a Facebook page. Now, if your Facebook page or your Facebook account is compromised, it means your page is also compromised. Does that make sense?
If you lose it.
Yeah, so if you lose access to your
account, you lose access to
your
page.
Facebook
Because
page
you're the one
as
who's
well.
running the
Exactly,
page,
because
yes.
the two are linked.
Absolutely.
Right? So my advice is that look, with the page, it's business related. So if you've got a profile and you're pushing the whole poetry thing, sure, you can create a page, but then I think in this case, a personal account where you are posting each and every single day would work better because you can also monetize a personal account.
So
Even the
wait,
page you
in a
can
way,
monetize
does
as
that
well.
mean that
So what I'm saying is, rather than saying, look, I want to build this massive thing, ne?
Sure.
Start where you are with a Facebook account.
Okay.
Okay, so out of curiosity, does that mean that I can create a separate Facebook account for like another one separate for Because I need to, that's what I'm saying, because I want to separate the two as much as but there's some things that there's the quirky side of me that I want to post on my.
I can tell you, have you ever had two phones, Mist?
Yes, I always have
With two numbers.
2-3 phones. Yes, I've had
numbers.
3 separate
Sharp.
numbers.
And then when you conversing Nabantu, like,
Even
hey,
now, I have 2 separate numbers.
so you give Umuntu this number.
There's a
for
number
all
that I
things
give.
business.
Yes.
And then for all things personal.
Yes.
Trust me, guys. When you're in this space, ne,
So let me tell you why.
it becomes too much to handle.
It is. It's admin. I'll tell you why. Especially, and I love the analogy that you just made of 2 numbers, right? One for me is about accessibility. People who have both my numbers are my inner circle. So this is my brother, few family members, and then 1 or 2, maybe 3 friends who have both my numbers, who have complete access to me. Well, understand, but it's about accessibility for me, not having the 2 numbers or 3 numbers sometimes, because I've had like one understand. So WhatsApp because here's the thing, and it goes to blocking as well. Remember the conversation we had about how you don't need to see what I post. I'm posting personal things, and it was up business. If you and I are connected via business, and that's
need
it.
to stay on the business
You
side.
can't be viewing my statuses like that. Ke posta ke le ko kai kai. What if ke posta ke sa apara? You don't understand, because those are people I hang out with, they understand me. But on a business level, do you get what I'm trying to say? You can't, it's going to taint your image of me as a business interaction. The Facebook one, having pages, is that on my personal account, that's where I share my personal views about things. Whether comic, whether movies, whether politics, whether religion, it doesn't matter. But I'm sharing personal insights. Understand where if you are to have access to me like that as a follower of mine or as a fan of mine, you might get turned off by the fact that I'm following a religious, or I shared a thought on a religious thing.
But now, is it possible for you to have a page, ne?
Yes.
That's like completely.
That's what I have
completely
now.
Hidden.
Let me show you. On the thing now, I just sent you. So I have my personal account. Remember how I spoke about people who block their accounts? What are you blocking, Chief? Like, okay, your account is blocked, but who are you? No, man. What did I do? Who like No,
You send
man.
it on the WhatsApp.
Yeah. No, but the thing, you. Oh no.
Do you want me to show this?
Yes.
This is a personal account.
This is a personal account, right? This
Yes,
is my.
popped up a couple of times. On
This is my personal account.
But what I'm saying is, is it a personal account that's public?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So you create a page, ne? So for someone that does not know you, they'll probably find that
personal
okay,
account.
you've got the page and you've got the personal account.
Yes, but my personal
Now,
account.
your personal account,
To
I can,
view it, to have access, you and I have to be friends. Because if we are not friends, that's the beauty of social media now, especially Facebook.
That's
you
actually
can
what I want
alter
to
your
do.
settings.
So then, what's stopping someone whom you become friends with?
Yeah,
Because
but
here,
if you and I are friends,
I see you've got 1,800 friends. Ne?
sure.
And do you
Wait,
know?
why is it showing? Okay.
Do you know all 1,800 friends?
For the most part, most of the people I went to school with, people I grew up with, but Dobsonville, we might not have personal close relationships, but as people I know, I can point, oh, Banel I know, you I know. And then let's say maybe out of 1,800, I would stretch it and say 200, 250 maybe.
But that's what I'm saying, Guti. The ones that you do not know
Sure.
and more cooler in the space of
Sure.
media.
Sure.
It's easy for them to screenshot and say, no,
Absolutely.
I found this.
Yeah, Musi
10
said
years
this
ago.
10 years ago. He posted this. Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
what happened with Gaten
Exactly.
on X,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But now with growth, I get kind of going and I was naive. I was a kid, right? I'm not using it as a justification, but that was me back then. So now having grown, I understand the space that I'm involved in, the spaces that I'm working in, the people that I'm coming into contact with, and the interactions. And now, and this is how you function. And because I don't have people behind me who are monitoring my page versus my account, I have to do it myself. And so I had to get to a point where I create a page that is solely for Musimist as an artist, as a curator, a sonic storyteller. Do you get what I'm trying to say? A practitioner of the craft.
Which it makes perfect sense. Ne? When you have your personal account,
Sure.
is it a case of I'm doing this this Facebook page because on the page I want to post all things business, for example.
Yes.
But you are still aware and cognizant that when it comes to your personal account,
Sure.
people may still get access to it.
Yes.
But it's just a case of separating.
Separating.
So then let me ask this question to both of you guys, that when it comes to privacy, can you say now in 2025 that even if you create a private account, that your digital footprints cannot be accessed by certain
Nah,
individuals?
people are always going to have access to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then the reason why you want to create a page is that you want to post all things business, and then on the other personal account, then you can go personal, but it doesn't have to be things that are incriminating.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
I just think, let me
Makes sense.
let's show it to everyone who's listening and watching, so you can see the difference. So this one is my personal account, right, where I have 1,000 plus minus friends, like we just mentioned. You'll see them on the screen right now. We have, so this one is Musi Mist. So everywhere Musi Mist, but you can see I did a play on my spelling of my name, right? The double MUSI versus the MOOCEE.
That's your government.
This is my name.
That's the issue name. Ke le le
Understand?
kopaseng leo.
Yeah, so you can see I even altered it, as you can see there, performing artist, vocalist, broadcaster, and presenter, co-host on the Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Musi Music, right? So it's already telling you personally gore Musi Mystic ke mang before Rakakala, right? Versus this one that you're about to see now, which is my page as an artist, as a performer, as a This one says Musi Mist, about 500 people following, followers. I'm following 100 people. Musi Mist is a performing artist born and bred in Soweto. Musical diversity ranging from semi-opera to new. This one now, it's going into detail. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
You see,
I agree. You can do it. You can have 5 pages. I agree.
no,
Afrobeard.
two is
My question is, ne?
yes, Mr. B.
My question is, how's the management?
So the luxury of these big people, I'll make Bonang as an example. I was
I'm
watching-
talking about
for me.
you, yeah.
I'm not too hectic.
Are you
'cause I'm not-
managing both
I am.
kahle
Kahle.
and posting consistently on both?
No, not consistently, but I am managing. Like now, you get Musi, you need to, because you're someone who's involved in the space and you go to all of these interesting spaces. You go to SMJ, you go to Kai. Someone was asking me yesterday, how Chief, why didn't you go to SMJ? On Tuesday, someone called me, are you coming through? You know, Rako Kai, I'm here, I'm there, I'm performing, I'm visiting, I'm going to see other artists. And TC's like, by virtue of going to those places, bro, you need to be consistent in your posting, and I'm lacking. I'm poor in that. But am I managing? I'm learning how to now, and I'm seeing the benefits of having 2 separate ones. Because I'm having to direct people to your personal account. Commission. Well, understand? And then someone gets turned off. You're one of those people. Ling, I want to talk about the passing of the Pope recently, a couple of months ago, and my views as someone who is part of the Catholic Church. You understand? So now I have to censor myself by virtue of directing people to one platform. Instagram, the posting of Insta, we've discussed this. The posting of Instagram versus Facebook versus TikTok versus X is different. You know, and people gravitate to different things. So if you go on my Instagram page, it's totally different, but it's still Musi Mist, you know, versus what
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, because on my IG page, it's basically semi-professional, semi-personal. So it's a touch of knowing me in a personal way and know also the professional side. When I say the personal ways, there are nurses that with some celebrities, they do manage to like post their families and maybe them having their me time, that kind of stuff. So that's what I have on Instagram.
Are you posting on Instagram?
Yes, I am.
When was your last post?
September.
You see, that's where I'm getting at,
Yeah.
guys. You have an Instagram account. You've got a Facebook account. You're thinking of opening a page. Realistically speaking, in terms of
I'm not
time,
going to open
managing.
it right now because Vela, I've noticed that in terms of like posting and making sure that I stay consistent, it's something I'm not doing. So basically the Facebook page, it's still like hanging in there until I can actually keep up with the post. For example, when I went to go perform on the 5th of October, I haven't posted those clips. I'm still yet to post them on TikTok.
You see what I
For
mean?
me, I haven't posted them because I still haven't actually fully went through the videos because some of them I am audible and some of them I'm not that audible due to a very rowdy crowd that we had there. So people like extra excited on that day.
No,
So
but that's what I'm saying, because I've seen this myself. I used to carry 2 phones, 2
Sure,
numbers.
sure.
And then I would say, no, this number's for business. This one is for this.
Sure.
And then I would get a call, man, did you get my message? And I'm like,
But what
are
was
you
your what was your managing style of both phones?
Yeah, I tried my best to look at both of them
Okay.
at the same time.
Okay.
And it didn't work for
It's not
me.
for everyone,
I
yeah.
know it's, yeah, sure.
It's not
So
for everyone.
for me it didn't. But what I'm saying is, you already have a number of accounts, ne? And you want to build a profile
Sure.
as an individual.
Sure.
So the goal here is you look at where you are now.
Sure.
And you also look at capacity. Do you have the capacity to have a Facebook page?
And an account.
not at the moment.
And an
I do.
account.
Not
right?
at the moment. I
So
don't.
so what you can do right now is start posting on your personal account. And then you will see when it becomes a thing, because we were having
Muscle memory.
a conversation with Dumsan yesterday that
Sure.
when he starts recycling glass, he'll probably start getting bigger premises.
Sure.
But don't start by getting bigger premises
While your
but then you don't
capacity is
even
still
have-
here. I get
Exactly.
you. Muscle memory.
Yeah.
Building muscle to it. I'll show you. I mean, now on my thing, we're going to close it off quickly. We're going to give you word of the day now in a minute or two. Because I'm seeing quite a few of you have jumped on now. Gearing up for Mr. Lucky, who is going to be hanging out with us in a couple of minutes. Talking all things spirituality on a Thursday morning. But as you can see on your screen, this is my Instagram. This is my Instagram that you're seeing on your page. So understand. Do you see the? I don't know if you can pick it up, Mr. B, but the theme, the style, the approach to it is more or less the same thing. Well, understand? It's more or less the glasses, the hats. It's an aesthetic that I'm building.
For sure.
Throughout, even on TikTok, if you were to jump on. So I'm Muslimist through everywhere. And I get Muslimist MUSI because I saw people would jump onto my thing and I'd get weird friend requests on my Facebook and weird followings. Chief, who are you? Like, because I feel like Facebook as an account is mostly for me at the COVID. Back then when Facebook came into play, when poking was
For
still
your
a thing. It was for people when poking was still a thing. But when poking was still a thing, remember, when we were transitioning out of the mixed era into the Facebook era now,
Someone poked you.
Yeah, man, it was for personal, but now, yes, and we have Facebook business. You can curate an aesthetic, a style for your brand, and the Muslimist brand is that now what I'm pushing towards, and then on Instagram it's a bit of my work, it's a bit of my personal, you can jump on, Musi was hanging out, go native on Saturday, that's interesting, people get to know you outside of your work and who you are. But yeah, man, that's interesting for me. On our YouTube comment section, Kholofelo came through. Hello, Kholofelo. Hi, Kholofelo. Hello, Saviola.
The comment
Kholofelo
kills
came
me.
through saying, "Happy Deputy Friday, Vooka fam." Yes, man, it's 5 to the weekend, right? And then Miss Q Rams comes through, says, "Musi, you have a beautiful voice." Thank you, Miss Q Rams. Thank you. I appreciate you, Q. And then Zinzi says, "I love what you guys are cooking unaware." #body of work. Yeah.
Hashtag it's in the works,
man.
it's loading.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
let you know when the first one I'll let you know when the first one comes out.
And I'll be sure to share.
And then have a consistent place where you can point us to. Yangto.
I think I love that.
Consider that, Tuguti, okay.
But across all platforms, for me, that's what I'm working towards.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the one thing we're learning now is that with the Vooka Facebook page,
Yeah.
we're seeing that we're getting more engagement when it comes to normal posts on Facebook. Because remember, on Facebook, you can have this free Facebook thing.
Sure.
So a lot of people read on Facebook, and then on Instagram, photos,
Sure.
TikTok videos,
Sure.
but like short form content.
I get
so
you.
we've seen that you can't necessarily do a copy and paste
Sure.
of the same content on various platforms.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, Afri, so because we're talking poetry, you can have written poetry that goes up on Facebook.
Yes,
And then
actually.
where you perform, you can put that on
Video
Instagram and
And
TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah.
So when you do put up the body of work, then point us to a certain destination that we will always get what we are looking for. We also went through the same transition where we were streaming on Facebook and YouTube at the same time.
Yeah.
But then we realized that, you know what, let's only stream on YouTube.
Yeah, because we want to direct people there.
Yeah.
Cool stuff, man. Very, very interesting. We'll get into that a bit later on. But for now, let me quickly give you the word of the day. And then after that, we will spend some time with Clive, Bishop Clive. And then we can get into all those conversations. Very interesting stuff we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. The word for today, or rather the idiom, because I told you that I'm going to put a spin this week on the word of the day. So this week we've been doing idiom of the day, and today, as it is a Thursday morning, the 16th of October 2025, it is no exception whatsoever. And the idiom is to slip into samadhi. To slip into samadhi, right? And the meaning of this idiom is to enter a deep state of spiritual focus or meditative absorption. The definition or the meaning of the idiom to slip into samadhi is to enter a deep state of spiritual focus or meditative absorption. The word to take away from this idiom is samadhi, and the word samadhi is a noun. How you spell this word is as follows: S-A-M-A-D-H-I. That's S-A-M-A-D-H-I. Very interesting stuff. The definition of the word samadhi this word is a state of intense concentration achieved through meditation and spiritual absorption. A state of intense concentration achieved through meditation and spiritual absorption. Talk to me. How would you use this idiom in your day-to-day spoken languages, your speech patterns on a day-to-day basis, and of course, ultimately, your vocabulary? Samadhi, a state of intense concentration achieved through meditation and spiritual absorption. Mr. B, samadhi?
Samadhi, I'm untouchable if I am in my flow state of samadhi.
Samadhi, nice. Afriberry, do you want to give it a go? Samadhi.
Concentration meditation.
Yes.
Every time I close my eyes with the mic in my hand, nothing feels more amazing like the deep state of samadhi. that I'm in.
Okay. Nice. I see you, Afriberry. Let's get a proper pronunciation.
Samadhi.
Samadhi. Yeah.
Samadhi.
Samadhi. Very, very interesting
this,
stuff.
This could be someone's name, eh?
Yes, actually. Yeah,
nice name.
Very nice name.
Hey,
Yeah.
Samadhi.
Very cool stuff. Hey, up on stage, the next person or the next performer is the one and only
Samadhi.
Yeah, man. Very cool stuff. So
Yeah, it feels amazing.
Talk to us. How would you use this word in a sentence? Samadhi. The idiom for today on the 16th of October 2025 on a Thursday morning is to slip into samadhi. And the definition is to enter a deep state of spiritual focus or meditative absorption. After the break, we're going to be hanging out with none other than Bishop Clive Botha, who is a spiritual wellness leader and cultural healer. I can't wait to get into that one. Affectionately known as Mkulu Nation. He hails from the township of Davidton and is deeply rooted in both Christian faith and traditional healing. Raised in a spiritually rich household, he is a descendant of the late Bishop P.J. Masango of the St. John Apostolic Church. His dual calling as a bishop and cultural healer or traditional healer reflects a unique blend of ancestral wisdom and prophetic ministry. His spiritual gifts were affirmed through recurring dreams and prophetic messages, including a vision of receiving the symbolic lair stick from his great-grandfather. Lair.
Oh, you went English on it,
lair. Right? Very, very interesting stuff. You know, I'm always excited on Thursday mornings, man, when we get into conversations with people who are spiritually inclined and who are well-versed in the space of all things spirituality and religion and things of that nature. So I can't wait to get into the conversations. How you and I and Afriberry and Mr. P and of course Bishop Clive can get in contact with each other is by you jumping on our comment section using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. But it still also continues on our WhatsApp line. Dial the number 060-493-3226. So that's 060-493-3226. Comment, like, subscribe, so that you and I and the rest of the team can keep on sharing our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. With that being said, let's quickly go rehydrate, grab a glass of water, and then you and I and Bishop Clive and Afriberry will see each other right after this. Cool stuff.
Still back alone, the same, like it in the worst way. You've been gone away. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away. 50-11 days, 50-11 days, 50-11. I lost count of all of the weeks that you have your way. Wouldn't pick a fight when you'd leave. Now you're back for more. Did you find the healing you seek? Or did you realize that I'm everything that you need? That wasn't there. Go back. Hurt so bad. Had to block out the memory. Yeah. Started from scratch. You wanna pick up where we left off, but you've been gone forgot your birthday, your favorite position. Do we still have chemistry? Yeah. Since you've been gone away so long. Said you needed space. Said you needed more time to think. So you went away. But you still would stay in my dream. Now you're back for more. Why you in my
Welcome back, Vooka Nation. We are back, and right now we're about to have a most interesting conversation with the one and only Bishop. Now, right now, Bishop Clive, I hope you're ready for us, because we're not really ready. Good morning, Bishop. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine like a fine point in a fine place.
Yay! I'm one man.
I love that.
Hey!
I love that.
Hey! Hey! I bump.
It's fine. Don't worry.
I quit.
It's fine. No worries. Mr. Clive, thank you for
Yes, sir.
coming.
Thank you.
We
Thank you for
appreciate.
inviting
We
me.
really appreciate you taking the time and to come and hang out with us. Like I said, as you were sitting there, I get so excited on Thursday mornings.
Is it?
I do completely. Whenever there's individuals like yourselves in the space, in studio with us, I love those conversations because we learn. Myself, Banele, and the team just in general, and of course for the Vooka Nation, everyone who's watching and listening, we learn. And one of the things that I like getting into is breaking misconceptions and breaking the misinformation that's out there about the space of whether it's Christianity or religion as a whole, or even spirituality, the space of ukuba isangoma, a traditional healer, all of those things. Ukuba mfundisi, a bishop, all of those things. I love how we aim to teach here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So thank you for taking the time. Yes, sir.
It's my pleasure.
Let's start here. You just said we're at the off camera now, and you have a branch that side, right? So already it speaks to how busy you are and the spaces you're involved in.
Sure.
But before we get to, how Clive gets to become a bishop and has a branch in Durban, you are an individual. You're a young boy, what's at Davidton?
That's right.
You're growing up and you're finding your feet, you're finding yourself in this world. Who is Clive growing up and eventually to find themselves being a pastor, being umfundisi, and eventually being a bishop in the church?
Well, I would say that I come from humble beginnings.
Yes, sir.
One, Ngizalo Devton.
Yes, sir.
Extension 3.
There we go.
Around your house. Ngikhulele esontweni.
I see.
Yeah, ngikhulele esontweni. I've never had a life per se.
You've never.
Nah.
Kholetse ko diagelong.
That's funny.
Bana ba ko diagelong ke mata a gona botshelo mo. I know, eh.
know.
I know.
Either in church, going to church, or coming from church.
I see.
That's my life.
I see.
Yeah, so pila ngiyazile le.
I see.
Ayike.
I see.
Angikrovanga.
Really? Because I know, there are quite a few pastors, bishops, priests, however you want to refer to it, who will tell you, yes, there's a guy actually now that I'm talking about it, DK, he's a young pastor himself, like Sneak Park, and now I grew up loving Ipola, so a lot of my life, though and he was adamant about actually taking up his role, what he was called for. It took him a while, but something happened. I think from the conversation we had, Mr. P, you remind me, Wapuginya or something, and Dipola Lapela for him, and that's when he's calling.
Answer the call.
He was, there was no shying away, and the universe will do that.
True.
Your calling will do that. You will run away and shy away for a while,
but eventually
it will find you.
catch up
Chief.
with you.
It will. So how do you find yourself now? Getting into this role, taking up this role fully and accepting it and saying, I know this is what I'm called for and I'm going to answer and work for the people.
Well, for me, I think it was pretty easy.
Okay.
Because ngikhule ngumuntu amaphupho.
I see.
And ngikhule in a very spiritual home.
I see.
My grandmother is a very spiritual person. Because ekhaya from ngikhule St. John's mina ngithi kawo mama ngamaSam.
Is St. John?
Yes.
Apostola.
I see.
Apostolic Faith
Oh.
Mission.
Karenani's group yone.
Blue and white.
Blue and white.
I see.
Yeah, so mama akhe bekamsebenzeli and then naye futhi sakhulele esontweni, so ngikhule ngumuntu amaphupho, phupha, always had dreams and visions.
I see.
Yeah, so it was quite easy for me, I think, to walk in this journey, having such a powerful background, a spiritual background. So it was easy for me. It wasn't that difficult.
So you're experiencing these dreams, and I mean, obviously,
At a very early age, yes.
soul trial so and like Afri Perry said, I know my mother as well. At my grandmother's house, Bakule, the man that my grandmother was married to, Lennon and Moto Oberkankabat, you know, or Tusambat, and they talk about stories now. My aunt will talk about stories. Growing up, keep on in the songs about babega manzi for abantu abazongena amapavu yabona izintonyana zinjalo. So I understand it a bit. I didn't grow up ekhaya ekuyisonto, you know, because after he had passed on lapheli sonto and things of that nature, and there was no one to continue necessarily. I know. No, I'm helping the people of the Lord. I mean, I didn't have that calling. I think my calling was yes, absolutely, to help people in this manner.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
So. But I get the picture of Kulelendline. But you're a young boy, you're experiencing these dreams. What goes through your mind? How do you interpret them? Who do you talk to? How do you find meaning?
Well, it was easy for me because support was there.
Okay.
My brother, support was there. My grandmother was there for me because we went on Kulisowe.
Yes, sir.
So I used to share with her most of my dreams, what I saw and what I'm seeing. And you know, beyangihlalisa phansi sithandaza. Sometimes angije interpretation yakhona. Ukuthi this is what it means. Mele senze so. So it was easy for me because being nabantu abaningi futhi abangisupportayo.
I see.
Spiritually.
I see.
Yeah, so it was
But is it not scary? You know, I often wonder and ask myself, I want to who get dreams and who get communication and messages through Amapopo. We were talking about it on Monday, Nobanele. It's a different realm and space to function in, you know, because sometimes your brain is just replaying isn't what you went through the day or something you consumed. You are watching the Vooka breakfast show, so it's told Pupama radio, man. And then you start thinking maybe, hey, and it's nothing like that, you know? So are you not scared at this point?
No.
Are you not frightened?
No.
As to why are you receiving these kinds of dreams?
Nah.
Nothing at all.
Next.
And the interpretation, because we are sure Kokwako was someone like who worked in Abantu. What is she teaching you at this point? Because you're still a young boy. I'm sure you can't necessarily, you know, fully comprehend what's happening now.
I would say that it wasn't that intense.
Okay.
Once in a while. I think even Amandla Kakud was 2005.
I see.
2005, being high school that time. Gula, I think my gift gula ibonakala khona kakhulu because you know you used to have prayers there during break times. SCO. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I used to lead that. Nice. Yeah. I mean, my break times being on our school. Every time we break, you know, we go to church.
Yeah.
You know, siyasonta lapha sathandaza laphayana. Yeah, and I think that's when ngaqala ukushumayela for the Bible and you know, and supportive teachers also there. Ngifunda esikoleni zamaphuno ke. Kunomunye mabathu Mefro Senegal. Iphuno.
Yeah. Mefro Senegal. I see.
So yeah, she was there and Bible ngalifunda lapho. You know, shumayela ama breaks and that's when I moved. Maqala ke shumayela thandazela abantu kuphila abantu esikolweni. You know, yeah, that's where my impact started.
I see.
Yeah.
That is like very fascinating, man. It is like nagano simula tiro ya go le go nna mosebeletsi go skolo.
As a young boy in high school. Yeah,
so you know, as you say, you first started tiro ya go nna mosebeletsi go skolong, ne? How what impact did it have on the first person you ever laid your gracious hands on and prayed for, so that maybe for whatever circumstance that they were facing to actually turn out into something that is much more beautiful, amazing? How what was the testament? You know what, you prayed for me and this is what happened after the prayer, and also how did it feel?
Well, for me, I think it's God, because I understood the scriptures very well. Little people lay hands upon the sick and they shall recover. My job is to lay hands. The recovering part is not my job. You know, because
Yes.
you know, so the recovering part is not my job. I mean, I just lay hands upon the sick.
Yes.
And then God does the rest. How? Okay. Till today.
Yeah. Very interesting. Man. But before, because I want to ask about, you know, some of the modalities and the just how you go about, you know, the different practices from church versus your traditional healing, you know, because they are different, but you know. But before we get to that, how do you fuse and how do you navigate the space of being, you know, umfundisi esontweni versus being, you know, a traditional healer on the side? Talk to me, my brother.
Because people confuse the two.
They do completely.
Yeah, because for me,
Sure.
for me, during the week, ngisendumbeni.
I see.
Sunday ngisesontweni. Abanye bayazibuza kanjani.
Kanjani?
And ngihlale ngisho lento ukuthi mina ngisindisiwe. Mina I'm saved. I believe in Jesus. I believe in God. I
Yes,
believe in the
sir.
Bible.
Yes, sir.
Ngasindiswa, ngisindisiwe, ngisazosindiswa.
Hey, come on, man. Come
So
on.
you know that's why ngithi makufika inkolo lento esibiza ukuthi Christianity, it separated the two. Ganti it never separates. That's why I'm often the Bible the most famous scripture ehlale iquote abantu hlale ishumi labantu, but I think interpretation I understand it very well. Chapter 3 Exodus, when Moses saw the burning bush,
Yes, we were talking about that actually.
Moses uyasibona isihlahla siyavutha kodwa asipheli. You know, that's why I was isihlahla siyavutha kodwa asipheli. He went closer.
Yes.
Makasondela kuthi uNkulunkulu uthi kukhumula impahla zakho indawo mekuyo seyingcwele, take off your shoes.
Your shoes. You can't walk in.
No, you can't. Exactly.
Yes.
The interpretation of that, God never meant to take off your shoes literally, keeping katulo zako.
Apola motho a khalo kenye motho monja.
Thank you. I went my sister. You know, God meant to when you're coming to Him, mauza kuye. Number one, deny yourself. That's why Jesus said, when you want to follow me, pick up your own cross, deny yourself. That's when you qualify to follow me. That's why mawungena esontweni or mawuya kuNkulunkulu mawuyothandaza. Ukuthi uhamba ngani, it doesn't matter. Ukuthi ugcokeni, it doesn't matter. Ukuthi uyi-advocate, uyi-doctor, uyi-lawyer, uyini, unemali engakanani, it doesn't matter. Uyi-millionaire, you're what, it doesn't matter. Sonke masiza kuye siyafana. We are the same. And you know, uMoses uyazikhumbula inkathulo zakhe uyasondela kuNkulunkulu. And uNkulunkulu speaks to him. Iphathe ngifuna kuza ukuthi Moses, because when God introduced himself to him, uthi, I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. Those three people, when God introduced himself kubo, they were already dead. They were not alive, which means the ancestors.
I see where you're going.
Which means amadlozi abekho.
Yes, sir.
Why uNkulunkulu ngathi I'm the God of the living?
Hey.
But God associated himself with abantu abangasekho, dead people.
You are coming to a part that I love very much, and the one that I always have a disagreement with when it comes to Christianity and the belief of Christ. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with believing God. Mara, as much as you say, isn't Jesus himself somebody that we're still waiting to actually come back from the dead?
So when God introduced himself to Moses in that way, now uNkulunkulu associate nabantu abangasekho emhlabeni. They were not there. They never existed. Abasekho emhlabeni.
Yes.
And shuthi uNkulunkulu abokhokho bethu. So mina mangithandaza, me, Clive Porter. I've got my saints, I've got my angels engihamba nabo.
Yes.
That's why I honor my ancestors and I worship God. I don't worship my ancestors. No,
you honor your ancestors and you worship God. Guys,
yes.
Take note of that.
Understand.
I see you.
Because Christianity, lento yobuzalwane, ifuna ukuhlukanisa nomuntu uye. For the mere fact that uJesu uyinkosi esilandelayo, ne? eBhayibhelini ngithi ngisho my sister. uJesu umJuda. uJesu makazalwa lethi iBhayibheli bekunompriest emdala igama lakhe uSimeon. God said to Simeon, Simeon, you never see death until you see salvation. Ngekubona ukufa ungakabona insindiso ngamehlo wakho. So uSimeon ugugile ukhathele ulindele ukubona insindiso ngamehlo wakhe.
Yeah.
La uJesu uyazalwa. uJesu makazalwa ngithanda ngeBhayibheli lesizulu. But lesilungu elithi according to the Jewish custom.
Yes.
Elesizulu lithi ngokwesiko lamaJuda. Ukuthi uJesu noma ngabe uyinkosi umsindisi, he's not immune ukudlula esikweni lakhe. Because indodana yokuqala ezalwe umJuda after 12 days kumele iye tempelini iyo-dedicate kuNkulunkulu because akusiyena wabazali wakaNkulunkulu. I-firstborn like her, which means umhlatshelo is a sacrifice ukuthi inkosi siyabonga ukuthi simtholile umntwana. Lo akusiyena wethu owakho. Owesithu ozolandela, that's when go wethu. uJesu uyinkosi umsindisi but wandlula esikweni lakhe. Uyayizwa manje? So
I'm learning. I'm learning here.
Wandlula esikweni lakhe.
Yes, sir.
So inkosi siyilandelayo beyinesiko. Wandlula esikweni lakhe according to the Jewish custom. Noma ngabe uJesu umsindisi uyinkosi but uyiJuda kumele andlule esikweni lakhe. Noma sowusindisiwe noma sowusonta ukuthi umtsonga kuyohlezi kumtsongo, umndebele yohlezi umndebele. Kunamasiko ekumele undlule kuwo, kunento emele uzenze ezakini ezokuvela iminyango. Prayer does not substitute isiko lakho. Never. That's why kunabantu abaningi, my brother, they're in churches, my sister, bayathandaza kodwa into zabo zenzeki. Hayi, mina I know them very well. Baningi abantu, they pray, they fast. Abekho abantu abahlupheka njengabantu abasontayo.
They speak in tongues.
Amen.
Ngizoyisho lento le.
They speak in tongues.
Church is a gathering of people who are frustrated.
Wait.
And then my family asked me, I don't go to church anymore. Because I understand what you're saying. But they asked me, why don't I go to church anymore? Like, it's not a must.
Yeah, no, it's a place of frustrated people who go there every Sunday.
Wait, Mr.
Yeah.
Wait. So someone, I mean, I'm seeing your people are coming through here, right? Your
Is it?
Your parishioners are coming through, right?
Is it?
Yes, they are. There's quite a few.
A lot.
Is it?
Lindiwe, Martha, Pagzo. We'll come to you guys. We're going to read your comments. We're not going to leave without reading your comments. But someone is listening to you, is an adamant churchgoer, right? And is saying, "How, Clive, are you saying that I'm frustrated? What are you talking about, Chief?
I'm coming there.
Talk to me."
Now, we have to understand the church concept, number one.
Okay.
Why do we go to church?
So according to what I've learned over the years, right, how the church started, and now this, no, don't worry, you can drink.
Thank you.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
go for it. In my understanding, and we're here to teach and learn from each other, right? But how I came to learn and understand it is that the gathering, or which is on was when the 12 disciples, after the resurrection of God, right, they went out, and this is how we came to. This is my understanding.
Okay.
You'll teach me, my brother. You'll teach me, right?
Thank you.
It comes to the books. I'll make reference of the books. This is a letter to the Corinthians, a letter to the Romans, right? Because they had spread out throughout the entire world, and they are checking up. Clive, ngale David Tony, usabambile lo mthetho esiphiwe wona, right? Musi, wena kamo Dobsonville, usambo utshwere, what's going on? Because this is what I'm teaching the people. Are we still on the same page, you and I, right? And so the church also started in small Christian communities. That's why in other churches they say the kili zones. In other churches they call them blocks. So those small Christian communities get on where we would share the word of the Lord, right, and our faith. That's just my understanding.
You're
Talk
right.
to me. How?
All right, the first church was born in the book of Acts.
Okay.
More from the Acts chapter number 1.
Okay.
uJesu uvuke ekufeni. Ukhuluma nabafundi bakhe 11 to be exact because uJudas uzibulele.
Sure.
Uthi kubo hambani eJerusalem nifike nilinde amandla kaMoya Ingcwele.
Okay.
Uthi after you receive the power, then you be my witnesses in Jerusalem, Judea and Samaria. But bamba, the catch is after you receive the power.
Okay.
Hambani eJerusalem nifike nilinde. After senithole amandla, then that's when you go out and preach. Which means awungwazi ukushumayela ungakathola amandla. I cannot give you what I don't have. Ungizwe. Now let's Bible they went by Jerusalem.
Yes.
Mafika Jerusalem bafika bayangena in the upper room indaweni ephakeme.
This is all 11 of them now.
Yes, 11 of them and more. Mabafika onke balapha phezulu upper room bayathandaza. So they waited for the promise in prayer. uJesu akabatshela ngelanga, the date, the hour,
The time.
the year, the month.
Sure.
Hambani ufike nilinde amandla kaMoya Ingcwele. It's about when they went there, they prayed. When they prayed at the day of Pentecost, because bonke abantu bahlanganyele Jerusalem once a year. Pentecost.
Yes, Pentecost.
Yes, bayafika bahlanganyela khona. That's when the Holy Spirit descended. Ithi Bible. Then they spoke in unknown tongues. Bonke baqala bakhuluma ngamalimi. Nomunye uqala relate, "Hayi man, isivenda sasekhaya na umuntu."
Ngiyamuzwa manje.
Yeah,
Wena wakithi.
ukhuluma ngeshangalo,
Sure.
ukhuluma ngezindebele, ukhuluma
Sure.
ngesiZulu, yabona?
Sure.
And abantu the baba interested basondela. That's when the first church was birthed. And bakhohlwa ukuthi remember ngitheni kuwe, manifike eJerusalem. Nendana amandla kamoya.
Yes.
After you receive the power, then
You can
be
start
witnesses in Jerusalem, Judea and Samaria.
Yes.
They forgot about that.
Oh, wow.
Bahlala eJerusalem. And so they enjoy power much. They're enjoying the power. They never went out to distribute what they received.
Yes. To share.
Yes, because lento itholile akusiyone yakho, into yabantu. I-gift akusiyone yakho, into yabantu. That's why i-gift yami operate mangihleli ngiyi-one ngibukela i-TV or ngidrive emotweni. Iba active mangifike ebantwini. Iba active mangena endumbeni, iba active mangesontweni. That's when I begin to see into zabantu. That's when I begin to heal people. That's when I begin to bless people. Because i-gift akusiyone yami. I cannot give what I don't have. Sinenkinga mangithi church is a gathering because kunabantu esontweni who give what they don't have. Ngithini na? Kunabantu abagcotshwa because of bane gift. That's why these days kunamasonto amaningi. We've got many churches but no impact.
Actually.
No impact.
You're right.
No impact. Christianity, my brother, population of Christianity is 58% in South Africa. But nothing, no impact.
Nothing is happening.
Because kukhwele ama denominations nama factions wabantu abathi sonto la kabani lingqono kusonto idlulela kabani. The A church is bigger than the B church. Umfundisi uzothatha isonto la loyo uvulela isonto la afaka impora nokhololo masekamela baphambili sithi exactly.
Yes, you're
masekamela baphambili sithi produce tisikulalele ukuthi uthini.
Yes.
Uyahema lapha akazizwa na ukuthi uthini. We sleep at church. That's why it's a gathering. It's no longer a place of power.
Wow.
In the book of Acts it was a place of power. That's why the Bible, the shadow of Peter, ngifuna ungizwe, isithunzi sika Peter besiphilisa abantu. Shadow. Abantu bebaphuma mawugula la endlini. Sikuthathe nge-stretch sokubeka lapha ngaphandle. Kwazi ukuthi uPeter undlula ngo9.
Bobuya uhamba.
Baba angakubekanga nezandla.
Sirithi
Andlula sirithi.
Isithunzi sakhe.
You understand nje? Sirithi sayi. Healed people. uPaul handkerchiefs were brought to him. Awabeka nje emzimbeni wakhe. Mina mhlawumbe unila iSoweto, uPaul la iSoweto. Unomuntu ogula iDavid ona akakhona ukuzala. Ulethe handkerchief phini uyayibamba. Ubuyela naye emuva phike kube umuntu
I've
aphila.
heard of that.
Yabona nje njalo.
I've heard of that.
That's
yeah.
power. That's power. Up leyo mandla today. That's why ngithi church has become a place.
How
Siqoqa iminikelo, siqoqa ama tithe, siqoqa ama offering. What do we do with that? It's an organization these days. We are running organizations.
It's
here,
a
not
business,
Exactly,
actually.
not a place of power. It's not.
How do we because I've said this often a number of times. That's why I love Thursday mornings on the show. To a lot of people like yourself who are inclined, who are in the space, and I've said this a lot of the times to them, or most of them. Uguti, specifically, I'll bring it back to our community. Our black society is lost, and
True.
thus you find that, and we're seeking and we're looking. And we're not finding what we're looking for and what we're seeking for. Thus you find abantu badliswa matum. Thus you find abantu badliswa utshani. Thus you find abantu babekwe izandla laba kamelanga babekwe khona izandla. Umuntu, I mean, we make a joke. Ngase we libitso la gagwe ra mitse gore o ntshakela leng ha ngwana ka takela teskiya. But umuntu umfundisi ubaba omdala esontweni ohlonishwayo. You know.
Yeah.
How do we distinguish? Ukuthi yazi manje kule sonto leli I know I'm going to find, because ultimately the way thina sifundisa or natlaki buile kana the way rutile ka teng nana ke gola was that when you walk into the church and you walk out, you have to feel different from how you walked in.
Exactly.
And you have to walk
That's
away
power.
from the church on Sunday feeling enlightened,
Exactly.
feeling fulfilled, feeling you know what, I can tackle this coming week. We're lacking that, and we're finding
It's a
a lot
revival.
of the youth now is leaving the church.
Asiko relevant. The church is not relevant. It's not.
Yep.
Sibambe umthetho, like my church, my former la ngikhulele khona, St. John's. Isonto la kame Christina.
Sure.
Ne? Ubaba Masango led the church as well.
Sure.
Faction.
Sure.
Wapuma started his own thing there. Manje, the last time I counted, bana 59 splits.
Hayi bonjalo.
Yabona? Ukuthi nomunye ufuna ukuyiqaphulela, nomunye ufuna ukuyiqaphulela, nomunye ufuna ukuyiqaphulela.
Wonke umuntu ufuna ukudla.
Exactly. It's no longer a place of power. kunabantu who are power hungry. Kunabantu abagijimisa imali, abagijimisa status ukuthi mangilapha mango archbishop.
Mina ngizwa kahle.
Ngiyoqoqa umnikelo.
Yeah.
They will come here 3 times a year. Bangilethele imali. Yabona? That's why ngithi the church is no longer relevant because of youth can never relate to the church today.
Okay.
Siphethe umthetho wa 1912. Ku-2025.
Okay.
Iyongisiza ngani into leyo?
I see you.
The world is evolving, the world is changing.
Absolutely.
Yabona? For instance, tell me, Nokia kudala ngithi bekunefoni ekubizwa ukuthi Nokia.
Yes.
Iphi today?
Well, I had one and then they stole it. So,
But it's been discontinued. I mean, they're trying to bring it back. but
Angeke buye.
Bringing it back, they have to.
It's a challenge.
Kumele bahambe nento
It's a
ezenzakala
challenge.
manje.
it's the
Yes.
challenge. The same.
Imotorola nguphi?
Nayo bayayibuyisa
Solidarity.
kodwa
Imotorola iphi? Yabona? In those days man mawuphuma 9 out of 10 people.
Motorola, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Baphethe Motorola.
Yes.
But Motorola failed to change with times.
Yes.
That's why kwavela a small company. In fact, Nokia was a rubber shoe company.
Sure.
Bengazi company operating on my phone. No. It was a rubber shoe company from a small country based in Finland.
Oh, wow.
Noma uyibheka lapho ku map is a very small country.
Yes.
So it saw a gap in the market. They moved from making rubber shoes to telecommunications. Bangena. Yabona?
Yeah.
Because they saw a gap in the market.
Yeah.
Bangena. Mabangena baqhubeka Nokia. Makufika ama Samsung.
They were irrelevant.
Why they never learned.
Yes.
Ukuthi lento ekhiphe iMotorola yini. Ukuthi must always keep up with seasons and times. Isonto, my brother, it can never relate to generation of today.
it's not seasonal.
Why is that?
It doesn't
Why is that?
evolve.
Why is that?
Yes.
Number one, yesterday I was speaking about politics. I was live, calling about politics.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, and I've got friends in the political sphere. One guy came into me, he's a councillor, because he never passion it.
Okay.
What you give me? You mustn't talk about politics. You're a bishop.
Okay.
It's nah, my brother.
Yeah.
Before I'm a bishop, I'm a citizen.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're still human
I'm a
being
citizen.
after
You're an
all.
individual.
Yes, I'm a citizen in the IT,
Yes.
which means I'm a South African citizen. I have a right because standards
Yes.
You guys there, up there, you are sabotaging them and banigezi msebenzi. Yet we are praying for people to get jobs. We must hold this government accountable. Bheka manje country enzani? Country ya bomber. Yabona amadlanga commission kwenzakalani. Then we mustn't talk about that. I was hurt, my brother. I was very hurt. Mangbuga, there's a warehouse lapha ebox la ngihlala ngakhona Whiteville.
Sure.
Bathi bayacasha.
Okay.
You know, I passed there. Ngibona abantu abasha bagcwele lapha bashiswa ilanga. Yes. Bengathi festival. And I saw that abantu abasebenzi.
Yeah.
That's why kune crime. You know, that's why kuna yonke into is better.
So our country is crumbling.
Yes.
Right now. Yeah.
Yes. Because we don't have leaders. I can't rate my brother, the operator. So go autopilot.
Absolutely.
Asna mongameli, asna ma leader.
Absolutely.
We've got politicians, not leaders.
So I hold this notion that you guys as pastors, priests, abo bishop, people who have a number of people following you religiously so on a Sunday, right, or traditionally so every Sunday, you guys are the ones who have the opportunity and the capacity to have so much influence in society. But we're also seeing a lack in that. Because if you can have plus minus 200 people, there's a picture that we're seeing right now on our screen. Right? But like you're saying, people are power hungry. Bama emapulpitini, ema-altareni, ngokufuna ukubusiswa bona, or ngokufuna ukulandelwa bona. People want to be worshipped. People want to kusebenzwe bona, as opposed to them working for the people, like you're saying.
Why buy a warehouse to go and worship? Why don't buy a warehouse or create employment? Yabona? Now a warehouse, what is 3 million?
Uyayithenga.
Ngiyayithenga ukuthi abantu bayosonda. Wangathengi le warehouse and create employment kula bantu abasonda kimi la basebenza lapha.
So please open Afroperi number 4. So what are you guys doing? Because this is a conversation we had with DK when he was here. He's a young pastor himself, you know, and his church is growing slowly. He's trying to use the power of soccer. Bring these young boys in. Lentwana ezidlala idiske kasi. Gents, zokalani kune league esontweni. We need abantu talented like yourselves. Ngobuncane engakho, I can try and plug you with relevant people sibone ukuthi ibhola lingakwisa kuphi, right? Because most of these young boys ibhola liphelele kasi and that's it. Uyahamba uyotry like guy 1 guy 2, ama-Chiefs, ama-Pirates, ama-Mthatha. So what are you guys doing as pastors? Are you guys working in connection with each other, or is it a silos thing? Ule, Clive ule, Umusule, Ubanelule, Afriperule. Like, what's the connection to try and bring people forth to the light and enlighten people and inform people?
And we're back to what I said.
Sure.
We are building our own empires.
I see you.
That's why we can't come together.
I see you. I see you.
We're building our own empires. I want to be great, and I want to be great, and I want to be great. You
Sure.
see? So it will never work.
Sure.
It's all about us, not about him.
We've forgotten Uti.
It's about him, it's not about us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why when John the Baptist prayed, Uti, may I increase so that you can decrease. May I decrease rather so that you can increase. Yes. So it's not about us, it's about him. Melukomba bantu le ayigu. So once ukhomba bantu kuwe glory yonke yeza kuwe, becomes a problem. A big problem. Inkinga esifisana nayo today emasontweni. That's why we're not relevant. That's why the church has no power.
It has no impact in the community.
Power, next zero.
You know, what you're saying is pretty true, man. We can look at all the different things that are happening in churches, and a lot of people are living churches. For example, me, myself, and I, and the guys have asked me, Mina futhi ngwesi nazi sambatho sebrain right endlini. Mari,
we can use this.
Nginesambatho mina and eJardini futhi mina kuwest cause umaloma umfundisi ukhokho wami ubishop eSt John's ngaseshawela. So for me it's because of I've seen how church has become. It's no longer it no longer actually makes a person feel delivered from whatever that they have worries. Kaisa tlhole phumula meyokho go ya ka nna. So for now it's tlhole phumula meyokho. So for me it doesn't do that. But you know, amongst other things, you know, the churches, especially apostola and then traditional healings, have different ways of helping people and obviously leading them to a spiritual path that they may need or some certain guidance. So I wanted to know, what types of healing modalities or traditions do you draw from your own practice when we come to Humna Musebeletsi le go nanga ka gape mo setšhabeng?
All right. Mina ngisebenza ngomuthi, ngisebenza ngamanzi. Singizihlukanisa.
Sure.
Mangesontweni every Sunday ngiphatha iBhayibheli lami, ngifaka isuti yami ngesontweni. I'm going to church.
Yes, sir.
Lapho akusebenzi umkhulu nation lapho. Lapho kusebenza uBishop Clive Botha.
I see.
Mangisendumbeni kula kusebenza khona umkhulu nation.
Okay.
Mangisesontweni it's water, it's prayer. Mangisendumbeni kula kusebenza khona umuthi. Because of sakhohliswa ukuthi umuthi is evil. Umuthi obuthakathi. Mawusebenza umuthi usebenza into embi. That's why noma usebenza umuthi uyawufihla. Udropini yakho lapha utshubelise impahla ukuthi abantu bangawuboni.
That's so funny.
Mina my brother, I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
Without a fail till today. Angezi ngamanzi kamasipala.
Highway.
Never.
Ngeza
ngomuthi.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
I'm protecting my space.
I get you.
I get you. Your energy.
Yes, ngiyathandaza ukuthi umuntu kumele uthandeke, kumele uhlonipheke, kumele ube nesithunzi.
I was about to say, we were just talking about this
because baningi abantu la ngaphandle abangakufuni. Baningi abantu abakufisela okubi, baningi abantu abathakathaka abanenhliziyo ezimbi.
Azilo nabantu silwa nemoya.
Siphila emhlabeni abantu abakhohlakele. Akhohlakele abantu la ngaphandle. Umuntu akuloyela ukuthi ukhuluma isilungu. I'm telling you. Yeah, what the
sebenza radioweni.
Uyayibona?
And it's so very true, because I think one other thing that people fail to understand is that as much as o le mo Kreste o tsamaya ya kerekeng o gopola gore dinta tsa senama a di tshwane. O mongwe o tla go betsa maybe ka thapelo, o mongwe a go late ka ditlhare, wena ka re o itha gore mo Kreste ke ngwele ayo too. That's why we must fight fire with fire.
Mina ngidlali mina. So we balance the two.
Sure.
Mangesontweni I pray.
Sure.
Mangisendube ngisebenzisa umuthi.
Sure.
I balance the two. Umuthi into uNkulunkulu wayidala iphuma emhlabathini. Yabona, ayiphuma somewhere simanufacture lento le. Siyaphuma sehlathini siyogubha umuthi. Ilento abesebenza abokhokho bethu. That's why they were so successful. Ubukela amakhehla wakudala, ubona ukhehla na unemfuyo la. Ukhehla uneimbila la utshalile la. Bebazi ukuthi once a year umkhulu bekangena lapha embileni ayogeza laphaya yabona maphuma lapho kuyogeza laphaya uyongena endlini yothula thitu ubheke that year harvest yobangakanani bebayenza ngani imfuyo beyenzwa kanjani abantu bakudala.
What do we say to people manje who solely rely on the one side, whether emthandazweni or whether ngokusebenzisa umuthi, and don't strike a balance? Because someone said to me, it gets to a point where irreliance yakho mase iphelela emuthini sihlala sina le go fellwa le sona because I know asisana matla ale as when you started. So how do we strike a balance? How do we teach people or re-teach people njengoba usho ukuthi sakhohliswa relumelelitiwe, we were made to forget our ancient ways of living and going about our day-to-day lives, especially as abantu abamnyama, you know, people of the soil. So how do we strike a balance? Because there are people, there's a lady I remember back in September last year, she was like, me is the second uqala ufaka amadlozi ancestors in I don't have a conversation with you.
That's why.
You understand?
That's why.
Yes.
When a Eurocentric perception, it's a Eurocentric perception.
Eurocentrism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of herself in God.
And indoctrination as well. Yeah.
I think we'll move around.
Please. Please.
325 AD. Emperor Constantine called the bishops of this world to Nicaea. That's why we call it the Council of Nicaea.
Yes.
Call them there, but we compile the Bible.
The Nicene Creed.
Yes, the 66 books in the Bible. They were compiled. Because Emperor Constantine was like, I love this thing in Christianity.
Yes.
But in order. Let's bring order into this thing because this is something funa sikhonze noNkulunkulu and but. Exactly.
Yes.
So they came together. Bavota, compile the Bible. There are books that are not even in the Bible. That's why if it's not in the Bible, it's not for me. What do you mean? Because
Yes.
That's why
talk to me. Come, brother. We want all of this knowledge. We want all of it. Talk to me.
So the Bible does not limit God. Bible incwadi eyabhalwa umuntu ebekahamba noNkulunkulu ngeexperience yakhe ebeka nayo noNkulunkulu. Now an experience yakho nayo noNkulunkulu, now a revelation yakho nami ngine revelation yami.
Yes.
So the Bible does never limit God. uNkulunkulu akalimit incwadi ezi66 esiziphethe eBhayibhelini. God is bigger than the Bible. Then there was voted for Emperor Constantine lapha nama bishops. No, God is bigger than that. So mawuzothi if ayike eBhayibhelini akuseyona yakho.
Or maqala ukhuluma ngedlozi ungakhulumi nami.
Kanjani ngoba iBhayibheli lonke abafile bonke abantu balapha. Akunamuntu ophilayo eBhayibhelini. They are all ancestors. Which means burn that book. uJesu ufika entabeni. That's why I call it the mountain of transfiguration.
Yes.
uJesu makafika entabeni ukhuphuka intaba. Makakhuphuka intaba uhlangana noMoses noElijah. Where was Moses?
They
Gone.
were gone.
Elijah gone. Kunomunye umzalwane ngaphika athi, "Wow, Elijah wahamba ngenqola yomlilo. Uhamba uyephi ngoba akasekho emhlabeni?"
That's funny.
Akasekho emhlabeni.
Yes.
They were gone. Both of them are gone. So when Jesus saw them, the Bible says he was transfigured. Moses umnika the law, uElijah umnika the prophetic mantle. Uyayehla entabeni, uPeter wabona into engazange ayibone emhlabeni wabhideka ngoba inqaba, wadideka. uPeter uthi inkosi angisahambi mina la. Siyakha la. Ngakhe wena indlu, ngakho Moses noElijah indlu. Asukile because the Bible says he was transfigured. uJesu wahlangana namadlozi wakhe. They were dead. So kunezinto engeke ziyenzeke ungakabi ne-encounter nabantu bakini. Noma ungathanda kangakanani.
Sure. Guys, I hope
that's why you must preserve ancestral knowledge. Ubanzi bonke zakho. Surely.
Yes, sir.
Mele wazi ukuthi abokhokho bakho bangcwatshelwa kuphi. Ekini baphuma kuphi. Kunento engezenze ungakandluli emathuneni abantu bakini. That's why uMary noMary Magdalene uJesu sekafile. Balindele isabatha ukuthi lidlule. Yabona? Incwadi abayifunda every Sunday ngeresurrection. Remember to uJesu uvukile. Aba understand the concept of this book, the context. They only take the text. Bagijime nayo. A context iti. That's why it's very important, my brother, ugenza hermeneutics, proper biblical interpretation.
Homiletics, yes.
Yeah.
There's a pastor who came. Homiletics and hermeneutics, yes. He spoke about it.
They take the text, they call it the context. They prepared spices to go and anoint the body of Jesus. Ema tunin. uJesu beseka setunini. Yabona? They prepared spices ukuthi bayogcoba umzimba kaJesu. uJesu kuphi? Usethunini. Then umfundisi wakavela athi ungaye emathunini. Yethu Mary noMary Magdalene baya. Amen. Kunento engeke zenzeke. That's why there's an African proverb, an old African proverb that says, before you allow your daughter to marry someone's son, you have to know ukuthi amadlozi wakini alele kuphi. Ngeke ukuvumela ushada umntanami ungazi abantu bakini ukuthi bakuphi. Uyomfundisa nomntanami.
Sokhate mabala.
Exactly. Kunento engezenze ungakayekini. Mele uyekini la inkaba yakhe khona, la yagujelwa khona. Uvuke uyophahla emsamo uyokhuluma nabantu bakini. Kula into zakho zoqala ukuvula khona zenzeke. Noma ungathandaza kangakanani. Neminye iminyaka ekuvula umthandazo. Prayer alone, my brother, won't
It's not
open.
enough.
Hayi.
Yo.
Ngiyazi mina dala.
Prayer alone is not enough.
Dala ngithandaza ngikhuphuka intaba ngehla ngifasta. That's why abazona abaningi January manje uzobabona. Boyigqwala amasontweni kube inqaba. Boyofasta
Christmas.
ama 40 days.
Easter.
Awufastela unyaka. They are fasting for the year. You don't fast for a year. You are nigela. Little Bible, the Israelites, they gave for the year. They never fasted for the year. Moses ukuthi wena mhlawumbe uthengisa inkomo. Uthathi khethe inkomo enonile ukudlula zonke inkomo enonile.
Nikele ngayo.
Unikela ngayo isa kumpriest. Mina mangizazi ukuthi mhlawumbe ngithengisa izimvu. Ngithatha imvu ngiyonikela ngayo. Awufastela unyaka, uyawunikelela unyaka. So kunabantu abangena ukuhanga strike. Uthanga ukuthi fasting ufaka uNkulunkulu ku microwave. Lord, 3 minutes, after 3 minutes I want this prayer answered. After 3 days. Never.
There's a priest a couple of years. I love this guy, man. You know, his way of interpreting the hermeneutics versus homiletics, you know, of his homilies on a Sunday basis. And when it came Easter time, he would always try to reiterate when a bishop would him, guys, the concept of fasting is not necessarily, especially now in the modern times that we're living in, like you mentioned, is not necessarily based on the actual physical fasting.
No.
Yogu's faster.
It's not that we're fasting. You bring your own body to subjection. Our fasting uNkulunkulu.
So he would say that fasting now, the concept is that refrain from izinto
Wena ozithandayo.
okuthi zikubekela kude nomoya ongcwele noNkulunkulu wakho.
Dintho tsa lehatshe.
And not necessarily this
Yes.
thing of going hours ungadli, depriving yourself of nutrients and food. Umzimba wakho udinga ukudla. You need to feed. So how do you go about, especially when it comes to Easter time? Because now it's ngathi manje le weekend leyo, those 4-5 days of Easter, siya enjoy, asidla inyama, asazi nokuthi why singadli inyama. We don't understand the concept of
Angisafundiswa ngeke.
the Holy Ghost mayidlula around the time nokugcoba kwegazi emabondeni eminyango. How do you go about teaching all of those?
That's why I need to preserve ancestral knowledge.
Yeah.
History. That's why I say, my brother Mangala, ngathi kuwe isonto, it's not a place of power, it's a gathering.
Of frustrated individuals. That's funny.
That's why ngeke ubone umuntu one Bentley, Bentayga. Ayopaka iBentley esontweni.
Hayi bodala.
NgeSunday, ayothandaza.
Ngonambe ngithe.
What for? What for? Ngeke ubone iLamborghini lopaka esontweni ngeSunday, ayothandaza. What for? Uyabona all those frustrated people. Abama imoto ezikrom.
Hayi man. Hayi man.
Abawuzipaka lapha esontweni, ubogibela ama-taxi baye esontweni. Why? Those people don't have time to play. Angeke mina uthi ngihamba ngiyoshumayeza Elon Musk ngithi you need Jesus. Uthi you need Jesus more than me.
That's funny. Yeah.
I'm telling you. So
I see you.
that's why I the church must be relevant. The church must be able to attract those kind of people, the elite, the rich, the famous. As it got relevant, they must be able to come to church. Because of Moses Sontweni, kunento zoyithola. Moses Sontweni, because of you can have all the riches in this world, but your spiritual being has to be fed as well. Into ya moya ke into ya moya. Ntato rato sa rati. Into ya moya ke into ya moya. Okomhlaba, into ya moya ke into ya moya. So we need a place la uzongena khona uzwe inwele zakho zithi.
Unechiscope.
Yeah, una something la. There's God. Exactly. There's God here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So you must be able to feel that, the power. So that's why we must preserve ancestral knowledge. You must know ukuthi isonto, why are we here? Why every Sunday ufake isambatho sakho esontweni? Why uthandaza? You know, kunomuntu ozothi kungcono mina mangithandaza ngihlele ekhaya than going to church. Can't you have to understand ukuthi njengoba my sister.
And now, because for me, it's like in the Bible, there's literally no place, there's literally no verse in the Bible that actually states that in order for me to praise the Lord, I need to go to a room that has 4 walls. It says that my body is his temple.
Yeah.
So meaning that I carry him with me wherever I go because he is living within
Point.
me and not outside of me.
Umzimba wakho uyitempeli, ne? You have to work in this temple first before you take this temple to a temple.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Baningi abantu who don't work on this temple bathathe le temple balese tempelini bayohleba esontweni bayogxa abanye abantu esontweni because of abasebenzanga kule temple. If ngithatha le temple ngilise tempelini le temple ngekho right ngiyofika ngicorruptela le temple le.
It makes no use.
Yabona kune individual anointing and then kune corporate anointing. Yabona mawuthanda uyi-one uhleli lapho usebenzisa individual anointing bese kune corporate anointing masihlangane sonke la. Kunento yenzayo ngakhona ukuyenza. Kunento yenza ngakhona that's why niyithula. Yabona ni co-host. You see? So kunabantu esontweni mangithi ngiyangena unale muntu utsiba ubina. Ukuthi emaculo lo ya mama lo yana. Yes. Yabona? Kuna umuntu oshaya isigubhu lapha ya.
Miriam.
Uyayibona? You know that's corporate anointing. Ukuthi mangilapha ya makuculwa sonke masihlangene. Kunento eyenzakalayo kimi. Makushunyayelo kunento eyenzakalayo kimi yabona. Ukuthi I can pray alone ngisendlini but kunento engiyifile then mangihlanganyela. Yabona ukuthi there's power in fellowship.
Small Christian communities.
Go back
like
to
I
church.
mentioned. Yeah. No, you're right. I myself need to go back. I myself am someone who needs to go back. And,
I'm not.
Unchakele nna.
Okagala, yeah.
Ke mo kopanong. Khakala jwang.
I agree with you when you
Dobsonville kopanong hall.
When you talk about fellowship.
Yes.
Because I think this is something, and I realized this ngale 2 years your COVID. Yeah, that especially I always say the black society, guys, and this is not to take away anything from anyone who's outside of the black society. I see it is babela, or I'm not saying ke babela, but there's something that there's a disconnect, man. We went through. Yes, as a world, as a nation, but 14 you know this thing Bishop angna shugela. A simple thing or Bishop you get what I'm trying to say. There was a disconnect and fellowship. I think for me personally, I realized we desperately need it, and that's why we were completely we were disconnected and you could feel even the spirit.
Yeah, true.
It was floating. It was trying to find, but being an anchor. With that being said, do you find that modern society is disconnected from spiritual and cultural grounding, like you mentioned? And how does one, that impact bring it to a collective well-being of the society so that sonke, because like I said, we're looking, we're searching, we're lost as the black society.
True.
But how do we get to that? Are we disconnected? How do we reconnect? Have we lost the teachings in Njongo Wusho, or are we going about the teachings the wrong way even, maybe perhaps?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Yes.
Where the beginning began. Because you cannot start the beginning without the beginner.
I love that.
Yeah, you need the beginner to begin the beginning. That's why I'm often the Bible, Genesis chapter number 1, verse number 1. It's Bible, in the beginning, God.
Yes.
In the beginning, God. So you must go back to the beginner, which is God.
Sure.
Because we try to start the beginning without the beginner. So if you go back to the beginner to begin the beginning, that's when the beginning can start. So let's go back to our roots. As Sabanda Mnyama, masibuyela masisweni. Masibuyela la zaqala khona. You know, lento yokungena esontweni. Mina for quite some time I was leading abazalwane. Because ngazalwa St. John, ngaphuma St. John because of factional issues.
Sure.
Ngazithola sengisebazalwaneni.
Charismatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ngaqala isonto labazalwane.
Those people are interesting for me.
Yes.
They are very.
Ngaqala isonto labazalwane. Ngaba umzalwane ngasindiswa ngakhohlwa amadlozi noNkulunkulu sengiJesu.
Okay.
Yabona.
Shabaraka ke.
Yeah, ngikhuluma ngeelimi fun talking. Yeah.
Siyabanika by food.
Hayi.
Yeah.
2018 kulaqala transition yami started there.
Okay.
And then that's when I went back to this apostolic church.
Sure.
Sengibuyela manje ngishaya izandla yabona.
Okay.
But bengumzalwane. Mangithi kuwe lento lena yesilungu ihamba yasimosha. Because lapha bengixela isilungwini kakhulu. Bengizibona ku Noel Jones ngu-TD Jakes.
Okay.
Those are my inspirations. Abo Benny Hinn, abo Pastor Chris Uyakhulome. That's where and we forgot about our prophets who are African. Ukuthi nalaba khona great prophets. Go to the cave kaMansumba. That's when you see ukuthi we are a great prophet. Christina, we are great prophets. We have great prophets. Abala, but we don't celebrate our own. sibukela baya.
Eurocentrism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ngaworshipha ngesilungu yonke into yami was westernized. Yonke into yami ngifaka isuthu ngesontweni. Yabona? Isilungu. Praise the Lord. Glory to Jesus. You know?
God is good.
Yes, kune worship team. Yes, kune worship team lapha made icule every Sunday. You know? And then because it's a show. Lapha I was leading a church of a show. We go to a celebration, yeah, we show you bugela. Who sings better, lama voice la ngata pumbe because besinvest lapha worship team. It made sure that lama voice are in sync. Yonke into yabona proper band instruments.
Acoustics.
I
Yes.
have musicians-
5-piece band.
I have musicians I've worked with.
I'm telling
who
you.
are worshipers. as
Yes,
well.
I'm
And
telling you.
guys, the music the amount of investment that goes into
uyadlala.
worship
Show.
team, yeah.
I'm telling you, show.
It's a
yeah.
show on a Sunday, guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, mang khona manje.
Looking back.
Yes, and ubona that's corporate worship. That's no mama ulewe yaqula no baba ulewe yaqula. Wonke umuntu uyabona sela sonke. Sela sonke. Uyabona? Asibuyele emuva. Lento namasonto la wesilungu la. Yes, lahlekisile.
Go batla ga dress.
Yes. Uphendulekile.
It's interesting. It's interesting for me. It's interesting when you raise these things. Look, I'm a musician myself, right? And for quite some time, I was I don't want to say in church, but I was leading the music esontweni. Catholic. Khona la eRoma Dobsonville. It's funny now that I think about it, I think I've seen you guys once or twice. I can fit them. But yeah, I was leading the music Imo Roma, Kosen Angelas, and you know, sometimes I would sit back and if we're not singing, if I'm not conducting, and try to see the impact and the differences, you know, when someone else is leading the music, and you can see Uguti, there's
Mele bafake emoyeni.
Yeah.
Abona basifake emoyeni, we mele bafake emoyeni.
And that's how I learned to music also plays such a huge role.
Exactly.
You know, and we and I would tell Manja Makwaya members, guys, you don't have the luxury to worship when yourselves, because we're leading people in worship. It's our responsibility to try and bring people closer to uNkulunkulu wabo. Because khona umuntu ilizwi yalizwa mara kalizwa. Ulizwa ngani ngomusic, and there's a saying around you know, choirs ukuthi those who sing they pray twice. You know, I don't know where it comes from. I've never looked into it, but it's very interesting. But let's get I think kancane esathini lasemsamo manje njengoba you know, during the week usendume Sunday uselo ntuzeni. I was asking Ubanele this question. It's a fascinating one for me. Those of you who are spiritually inclined, guys, and this is a question we said we're going to ask someone who's going to come on Thursday. How do you experience the guides when they come and they communicate? We made an example of Sistembi, right? For the most part, TV, it's exaggeration, it's numbers, it's but I fully believe that there is some truth to Utembi. There's no way you can make some of those things up.
Can't.
You can't, right? And we are sure ukuthi ngeke ukwazi ukuthi ngibhalani la. Yimo kwazi ukufunda. Yeah, yima ngaziyo wena uzobona amakoporoshi la. And sometimes she would say, Clive, naba abantu bakini, lo ban naba sihleli nabo la manje. What is that experience? What do you see? What do you go through? How do you explain it to someone else or ongekho inclined, ongaphiwanga ngaleyo ndlela?
All right, for me basically mina ngisebenza ngamanzi ne.
Okay.
All right, there are three things mean.
Sure.
Engifuna ukuthi mawuza consultation.
Sure.
Uphume uziphethe. One, for the mere fact that uzekimo ne problem.
Sure.
Le ndumba indumba eyinkinga. Akunamuntu ongena lapho ngena inkinga.
Yakula.
Wonke umuntu ongena lapho uneyinkinga, igulani.
Igulani. Yizo ku doctor.
Angeke uzekimo ngena inkinga.
Omulo mungutlile ka bofokodi.
Nale mathatha, that's why you're here.
Sure.
Number one, you have to identify the problem.
Okay.
Ukuthi le nkinga onayo oyibona manje iqalephi
Sure.
yinomsusa wayo, because akunankinga nje vele iqale nje kunala isuka
Suka
khona,
khona. Sure.
and you have to deal with that. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, kumele ube ne-solution problem ukuthi nayo inkinga yebo sayibona uphuma kanjani. Number three, kumele wazi ukuthi eliphi idlozi lakhe li-strong, because ma umuntu kune-maternal side ne-paternal,
Yes.
umama nakha ubaba.
Yes.
Kumele understand ukuthi ubani uhamba nawo, ukuthi ma uphahla bani, because awukwazi ukuthi kona ibani sibongo sakho
Surely.
ushole. Awukwazi ukuthi nina abakashole nginibiza nonke. Abakashole kuneyigebengu ebeyikhona.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. It's so funny.
kunabathakathi bebakhona kunabanenhliziyo ezimbi bebakhona
Yes.
so angikwazi ukwenza umsebenzi nje ngibiza
Yes,
nonke
I
no
love that.
I have to know ukuthi ubani ngibiza ngesilungu guardian angel
Yes.
ubani ingilosi yami
Who's
engihamba
my
nayo.
guide?
For me I know mina ngiyazi ukuthi
Isithunywa sakho.
yes mina ngiyazi ukuthi from you know mina kawomama bakamasango kawobaba bakabotha
Okay.
I know that I carry the surname kabotha but mina edlozini ngisebenzisa bakamasango
Oh, wow.
mangiphahla ngiqala ngapha ngigcina ngapha
Masango is your mother's side.
yes
That's interesting.
idlozi elistrong elangapha
Okay.
lelangapha yebo likhona but
Scooter baba.
yebo baba idlozi elikhona nali lisebenzayo so nawe kumele wazi ukuthi between maternal and paternal eliphi idlozi lakhe li-powerful
Okay.
eliphi elahamba nawe and then once you get that once you know you're gone bothi uthwele ungathwelanga that's why when people look at me bathi unenyoka uthwele lo muntu une-anaconda
Anaconda.
yes
That's
I know ukuthi eliphi idlozi lami elingisebenzelayo
funny.
mangiphahla mangiguqa ngibiza bani and asabele ayenze lento engithi ayenze
Mom Matumeka buye nayo lento iphilile.
ngiyakutshela mina
So there's also this thing. It's a fascinating thing, and it's unfortunate that we're slowly running out of time.
Yeah.
Ukuthi, right? There's a paternal, there's maternal, right? Kabo mama na kabo baba. You are in the middle,
yes
right? Some people have said ukuthi banogulwa bakulwela. Laba siyabavala ngoba something happened, whatever. It could be for
You get
various
that.
reasons,
Yes,
right?
kenzeka.
And then there's something you have to do with to say, okay, now it's fine. Now that you've missed this, you've corrected this, we can work together. Is it a thing that we should do? Is it a truthful thing, a
it
factual
depends it depends it depends mangihlola umuntu consultation yakhe
thing? Okay.
kunomuntu ekuthiwa amadlozi akhe way-2 they're very strong and very powerful and bafuna ukucompete
Yes. Bayamfuna boyithi.
that's why kumele ufunde ukuwajoyina you must marry the two
Okay.
because baningi abantu abazalwa for instance lesibongo sebenzayo sakabani sakamamako
Sakamama. Yes.
sakamamako
Yes.
uyabona sakabo bakho sikuphi
Sikhona
Yabona?
ngiyasazi.
exactly umvana kumele sebenza isibongo sakhawobani esakhabo baba
Arasimulo
Mana,
kokumele.
your ancestors are buried in the graves
Okay.
but they live inside of you
Yes.
baphila kuwe which means when as a guy as a man you carry a seed of the next generation ekhaya babakho
Sure.
yabona
Sure.
but because of that baningi abantu abakhule nami ngikhule njengawe
Okay.
and then mina kwakhosa ukuthi ngize ngapha khaya babami maqeda ungihlawula nani
Sure.
but because obaba bethu badla phansi angithi bayabaleka
yes.
nqaba into engachazeki
Yes.
sigcine sisebenzisa ibongo zakhabo
Zakhabo
mama
mama, yes.
yabona
Sure.
and akukho right lokho that's why ngithi kumele understand ukuthi kulamadlozi wakhe ayi2 nawa la because babakho udle phansi akakuhlawulanga kayenzana you have to when now is your duty your responsibility ukuthi you must marry the two join the two
Okay.
ukwazi ukwahlanganisa ukuthi akusebenzele mawuphahla kuphakamele
It's interesting. That's interesting.
ilento umuntu akahlola ke sikhuluma ngazo into ezinjalo
That's very interesting.
Yeah, man, that is
I-
super interesting.
You
hey?
guys who are inclined, for me, it's a fascinating thing because I call it the gift of sight. I refer to it as the gift
True,
of sight.
it
And
is.
how sight manifests itself, it comes in very, very different ways, you know. And abanye bayezwa. The gift of sight comes in hearing, in taste, in smell, in seeing, and not like the actual seeing. It's just a fascinating thing for me. And I really hope that ngelinye ilanga you'll come back and
Yeah, I
we'll
will.
explore more. There's something that we want to play around. We are having this idea, you know, of wanting to do something called extended talks.
okay
And extended talks is bringing individuals like yourselves who are inclined from different walks of life. You know, there are two ladies that always stand out for us who've been here. Omunye Mamtandas. Konje ke mambanele Koko not Matlodi, the other one. Daphne, yes, very interesting ladies who have
Le
very,
mema lekwape le.
who have interesting insights, you know. So we'd love to bring people like yourselves, especially when because you are both. Iso Antonello Ntuzo, you know.
Yeah.
For the most part, Snabanto
Abantu
Seven's at this
abakakhulu,
side, you know. I mean, they
abantu
touch on this side, Mara. They're not that inclined. So we'd love.
Man, it's
love.
very interesting. Hey, so just before we close off the show, we're going to quickly rush off to our YouTube comment section. Unfortunately, we thank you very much for tuning in and supporting your booth show, but unfortunately, we cannot go through all of the the comments that are currently on our comment section. So I'm going to start off with like the very first comment that we got. It's from Soweto Recruitment Agency, Aramai Bishop. Then we have another comment coming in from Nontlantla. I'd say our nation with a heart sign. And then another comment coming in from Lebuchan saying, morning guys, Togoza Mkhulu Lisedi Khanya. And then we also have another comment coming in from Lindiwe saying our bishop. And then we also have another comment coming in from Bu Ati, yes, my bishop. And then Soweto Recruitment Agency coming back again saying, teach them, my bishop. It's a lot, man. This bishop's, and then it's a lot of comments. And then we also have Shirley coming in saying that's our bishop.
Wow.
And then we also have Lebuhang, and then this is Soto, and that's one. And then Lebuhang saying, Bishop, I am listening attentively.
Wow.
And then we also have another comment coming in from Belina Atibata, Tekanda and Tate Bishop.
I mean, this is a testament to your work.
Wow.
Because I don't want to lie, like it's a lot of comments. I'm still scrolling, and the comments are like major, and they keep on coming in.
Yeah, so this is a testament to your work, Bishop
Wow.
Clive. And clearly, abantu bakumabeza on Sundays or when they come to consult, your work speaks for itself. You know, and someone said, and I attest to this. This is what I'm aspiring to get to. To your work should speak volumes, even before you introduce yourself. You know, so this is a testament.
Wow.
So maybe we should visit. I should come and visit this something completely. I should come and visit. But let's talk, Bishop. Someone is listening, is watching, is finding all of these things we're talking about very fascinating, is looking forward to the next time it's Tlangana. Where do they find you? How
yes,
do they get
Musi.
in touch with you? Via Facebook, social media, emails, phone numbers, WhatsApp, all of those things. How do I get in touch with you?
Okay, it's very simple and very easy. Mina wonke ama social media handles wami. Clive Botha. Mawuya laphayana ku TikTok and Coronation Bishop Clive Botha. You go to Facebook Clive Botha, Bishop Clive Botha. I'm there. Nasonto ke ngila based la Soweto, my sister has. La Soweto ngilapha eKopanong. Yeah.
Motopsi. So is it Kopanong every Sunday? Because nokubona kunongena iziyoni sometimes.
Depends ukuthi ngikuphi.
Oh, I see.
At the time
I see.
ngale ngapha yabona.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, most of
I
the
see.
time ngihlala ngapha eKopanong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. You heard it first, right here, where Radio Meets TV on Okoha. If you want to come and experience the power of Bishop Clive Botha, I said Botha, you know, I'm thinking, right? But
South
anyway,
African's name,
yeah, it is. It is. But if you are interested and you want to come and experience it for yourself, test. No, come genuinely wanting to find healing and connection and fellowship as well. Right here, Dobsonville, Kopanong Hall, Masenta, Kidi Shop, Mole. You can ask about Dobsonville. They refer to it as Scrapyard. It's now a park, more front opposite, but we know it as it was a scrapyard years ago growing up. So come through, come and hang out, come and see all of these things that we're talking about, and come and receive enlightenment. Don't come as a frustrated individual. Part of the gathering. No, Chief. We want people to be enlightened, man. We want people to be enlightened. The time right about now is 16 minutes after the hour, 10 o'clock on a Thursday morning, the 16th of October 2025. I've been hanging out with myself, and of course today we were joined by Bishop Clive Botha, a spiritual and traditional healer, and a bishop, a pastor himself, man, who originates from the Church of St. John, blue and white. Clap and tap. My uncle is the I myself the Holy Braka. So I find you very, very fascinating. So how you can get in touch with us, like I said, as you've been hearing, we've been sharing some of your comments on our YouTube section. Use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. It also continues on our WhatsApp line. Dial the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Comment, like, subscribe, and do the things that are necessary to be done so that we can continue sharing our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. Been spending some great quality time with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and I've been so happy and I've been excited to have been both in your company and in your presence. Let's do it bright and early tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, where radio meets TV. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, man. That was yet another amazing, motivating, and pretty insightful Thursday, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed the wonderful information that we actually had to share with you. And remember that you can always find the balance between the two. One cannot survive without the other, because when you combine the two, they present one thing that we might probably call the Holy Grail, if I'm correct, right? But as it says, Musi obviously said you'll catch us tomorrow because tomorrow it's a Friday. And as you know, we'll be ready with you with your gig guide, letting you know where to go, where to have fun, and where to also take out your children, man. But for me, Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Plays, but to the duck of the berry, the sweeter than tun tun. Imnandi mam nyama mam hlopi like the katek put. Maraloko famba na me wata koma kahle. So wana mane. Peace out.
Amen.
I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday. You still wear cologne the same, like it in the worst way. You've been gone away, since you've been gone away. You've been gone away. 50, 11 days, 50, 11 days, 50, 11. I lost count of all of the weeks that you have your way. Wouldn't pick a fight when you'd leave. Now you're back for more. Did you find the healing you seek, or did you realize that I'm everything that you need? That was then. Go back. Hurt so bad. Had to block out the memory. Yeah. Start from scratch. You wanna pick up where we left off, but you've been gone away. You've been gone away so long. You've been gone away. You've been gone away so long. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday. You still wear cologne the same, love it in the worst way. You've been gone away, since you've been gone away. You've been gone away. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday, your favorite position. Do we still have chemistry? Yeah. Since you've been gone away so long. Said you needed space, said you needed more time to think, so you went away. But you still would stay in my dream. Now you're back for more. Why you in my reality? My hair closed the door, even though my heart just won't leave. That was then, can't go back. Hurt so bad, had to block out the memory. If we try again, start from scratch. You wanna pick up where we left off, but you've been gone away. You've been gone away so long. Since you've been gone away, you've been gone away so long. I forgot your middle name, I forgot your birthday. You still wear cologne the same, like it in the worst way. You've been gone away, since you've been gone away. You've been gone away. 50, 11 days, 50, 11 days, 50, 11. I lost count of all of the weeks that you have your way. Wouldn't pick a fight when you'd leave. Now you're back for more. Did you find the healing you seek, or did you realize